And I gave everybody some extra time this morning because of all the move-ups.
Got it.
Call me what you will, but don't call me late for dinner. Let's see. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Work? Huh?
You are Miles Workman?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? Got an arraignment set this morning, Mr. Workman, in case. There's a case number. What is it? 2020 MM 8087. The original charge, and there are two actually: trespass on property other than a structure, conveyance, and resisting an officer without violence. Both are misdemeanors of the first degree.
Yes, sir.
And you are represented by the Office of the Public Defender. Case is assigned in Division 85,
Yes,
and
sir.
you do have 58 days time served.
Yes,
So,
Yes, sir.
The offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return, cost of investigation of $17 to the Orlando Police Department.
yeah, OPD's giving them the discount rate today, and court costs.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Workman, do you understand that offer?
Yes, sir.
You have two options here. You
No,
could
sir.
decline the offer, and I can set your case for a pretrial. We give you the dates and all that sort of stuff today. Or if you decide you want to accept that offer, you can agree to enter a plea of either no contest or guilty.
No contest.
You understand those options?
Yes, sir.
And have you had enough time to think about it to
Sir.
decide what you'd like
Yes,
to do?
sir.
And what would you like to do this
Tom,
morning?
sir, no contest.
You're going to plead no contest?
Yes,
Raise
sir.
your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Workman, go ahead and state your full name.
Miles Network.
All right, Mr. Workman, you understand the charges that you are entering a plea of no contest to
Yes,
this
sir.
morning?
Yes, sir.
Each is a misdemeanor.
Yes, sir.
You understand the offer that's been made by the state
Yes,
to
sir.
resolve those cases today?
Yes, sir.
You understand the adjudication of guilt as to each charge will go on your record as a conviction in each case?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions about it? Any comments you want to make about anything?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that your plea is free and voluntary, that you understand what you're doing today.
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by competent counsel. I'm inclined to accept your plea of no contest to each charge. You'll be adjudicated guilty as to each, sentenced to 58 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 58 days time served.
Okay.
That'll be concurrent as to each of the two charges. You're also going to be ordered to not return. Now, I don't have the file on that. Where is it he's not returning to?
May I have 1 moment, Your Honor?
Certainly.
Sorry to put that on there. 8087. Orlando Health, 52 West Underwood Street.
Yep. Orlando Health. 52 West Underwood. All right, sir. In addition to being adjudicated guilty and getting credit for the time served,
Yes, sir.
you're going to be ordered to not return to Orlando Health at 52 West Underwood unless it is a bona fide, genuine medical reason that you are there. Any other purpose that you're there, just hanging around, going to be a violation of this court's order.
Yes, sir.
You're also going to be ordered to pay cost of investigation to OPD, which is $17, and then the court costs associated with the case. That's one set of court costs. I'm going to combine those two. How much do you think you can afford to pay a month toward those court costs?
I can't even afford it.
Pardon
I
me?
can't afford it.
I can't understand you.
I said, I said I can't afford it.
Could you afford $5 a month? You have no income source at all? Well, okay, I'm not going to set a date, but it's going to be floating around out there, and if not reduced to a judgment at this point, it probably would be reduced to a judgment against you in the future.
All right, sir.
All right? So, any questions, sir?
Oh, what you said again?
Do you have any questions?
Oh, no.
All right. Well,
You want me to have them pay in full within a year? Or?
yeah, we'll do that. I'm going to put down that you need to pay it in full within a year of the court costs.
Yeah.
and the cost of investigation. And, you know, if within that year you find that you are not able to do that, you can always contact the clerk's office and get an extension on that.
All right.
Good luck. He just wants that. He just wants to go somewhere. Good morning. What's your name?
Markeisha Clay.
All right, Ms. Clay in 21MO58AO. Your charge was sitting or lying on sidewalks in the downtown core district.
It's a set. DC court.
Well, before you start talking to me about it, though, this is a city ordinance violation, which makes it a misdemeanor of the second degree. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
You do? Okay. And,
Sorry, what's her name, Your Honor?
huh?
What is her name?
Markeisha Clay,
Okay.
in that pile somewhere.
She would have been from such and such.
Yeah. So, understanding that, what you're charged with, sitting or lying on the sidewalk in the city core district, it's kind of an odd ordinance, but I guess there's a reason for it. Would you like to resolve this today?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to enter a plea to the charge? No contest or guilty?
No contest.
Okay. Raise your right hand for me.
No.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth?
Yeah.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ms. Clay, you're entering a plea of no contest to a city ordinance violation, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you understand now, too, that this may be the only city in the entire world that has such an ordinance, but it is an ordinance, it is here, that you can't sit or lie on the sidewalk in the downtown core district, understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to avoid doing that in the future. All right. And was there anything you wanted to tell me about yourself for the case?
No.
All right. I'm going to accept your plea. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. Sentence you to time served on the charge. Now, there are some costs associated with it, and those costs, you figure you could pay them at $5 a month?
Okay.
So if I set them for, say, the first payment March 1st, and then payable minimally speaking at the rate of $5 per month until it's paid in full, will that work for you?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was.
Any questions about it?
No.
Okay, well, good luck to you.
All right, thanks.
You got some hair now, right?
Your Honor, Larry Smith.
Yes.
Behavior.
Behavior, okay, let's see, what do we
No
got?
objection to resetting this till tomorrow. Against my, no, it's not coming back? Okay, well then never mind, I withdraw that. No objection.
Yeah, the state will waive his appearance. I mean, the defense will waive his appearance.
Yeah,
Because of the nature of the charges, I believe there may be some mental health concerns.
yeah, I think so too. So you wanna just go ahead and roll it and set it for a pretrial, or you
Yeah,
wanna?
yes, I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. It's also a city ordinance violation. You know, he's out on a couple of different things. I'm not gonna revoke his release status or his bonds on those cases that he's out on. And I'm thinking it's, well, intersection, walk the store. So it looks like a resisting charge. Okay, and there is probable cause for the charge. No action on the cases he's out on bond on. And there we go, Madam Clerk. Well, he needs a bond, I guess. Something. His bond is $250. All right, and well, gotta order somebody not to resist anymore. Okay. Do I remember? Yes. Bingo.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Theodore Leal, Spanish
morning.
interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's see, okay, first case is, case number is 2020 CF 14247AO. And your name, sir?
Adrián Rodríguez.
Adrián Rodríguez.
All right. Mr. Rodriguez, the charges are tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement, battery, and criminal mischief. Now, the tampering charge is a felony. Each of the other two are misdemeanors. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
All right. And do you require the interpreter, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. She also required me.
Okay. Our sound from that booth is really bad, so when you talk to me, ma'am, I need you to get as close to that microphone as you can, and because you got the mask on, you're gonna have to speak a little louder than you normally would. You have to keep the mask on, but you're gonna have to speak a little louder. So tell me your name, ma'am.
Diane Harris. Diane Harris.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Interpreter, we've got a witness in the booth, and we need you to interpret for her as well. So we'll just need to be on the intercom.
Very well, Your Honor.
All right. So what is your name, ma'am?
Diane
¿Su nombre,
Nieves.
señora?
Diane Nieves.
Diana Nieves.
Did you hear, Mr. Interpreter?
Diana Nieves.
Yeah, okay. And you're the named victim in this case, do you understand?
Señora, usted es la testigo que aparece en la lista de este caso, ¿entiende?
Sí.
Víctima, perdón.
All right.
Yes.
You know, as the victim, you have a right to be heard today as to what you would like to see the court do in terms of conditions of release. Do you understand that?
Siendo usted la víctima en este caso, entiende que usted tiene un derecho, tiene derecho de ser escuchada en cuanto la manera en que usted desea que el tribunal proceda en referencia a condiciones de libertad. ¿Entiende eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're dealing with is what conditions of release the court are going to set up. We'll start with apparently Mr. Rodriguez qualifies for what's called pretrial release.
Entonces, lo que tenemos ahora ante el tribunal es el asunto de las condiciones de libertad. Aparentemente, el señor Rodríguez sí califica para lo que se denomina libertad provisional.
Now that's a non-monetary form of release, but it is supervised. So
Eso lo que constituye una manera en que se pone a la persona en libertad sin necesidad de pagar una fianza, pero estaría bajo un tipo de supervisión.
do you have any objection to the court releasing Mr. Rodriguez under those conditions?
¿Tiene usted alguna protesta que presentar si se da libertad al señor Rodríguez bajo ciertas condiciones?
No tengo ninguna acción, nosotros estamos juntos y ya yo perdoné todo eso y quiero eliminar todo el cargo hacia él porque estamos juntos otra vez.
I have no objection at all since we are back together. I already forgave everything that happened. We are together once again. I don't want to proceed with any type of charges.
So I can either order that there be no contact between the two of you or no hostile contact. Which would you prefer?
Ahora, yo podría ordenar de que o no haya ningún contacto en absoluto entre ustedes o que sí haya contacto, pero que ese contacto sea sin hostilidad. ¿Qué prefiere usted?
Que haya contacto sin hostilidad.
That there be contact without hostilities.
Okay. So no hostile contact. And do you want me to allow him to come home?
Entonces, ¿quiere usted que le permita a él con ese contacto sin hostilidad y que él regrese al hogar?
Yes, sí.
Yes.
All right, it looks like that there was alcohol involved, that he was drinking when all this occurred. Is that correct?
Y al parecer, parece que estuvo por medio el consumo de alcohol cuando esto ocurrió. ¿Eso es correcto?
Bebió un poco, sí.
He drank a little bit, yes.
Well, one of the orders I would enter would be that he not drink anything or do any drugs that are not prescribed for him by his physician. Do you understand?
Bueno, en ese caso yo ordenaría de que él no consuma nada de alcohol ni tampoco de droga, a menos con la excepción de cualquier medicamento recetado por un médico. ¿Entiende así?
Okay.
Ok.
All right. Anything else you want to talk to me about?
¿Algo más que quiera usted decirme?
No, gracias.
No, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Gracias, señora.
All right. By the way, Mr. Hernan Rodriguez does qualify for the public defender, so I'll appoint the office of the public defender to represent him. So I'm going to release you PTR, sir, and that's a non-monetary formed release, but it is monitored. I am going to order that you have no hostile contact with the victim in this case, that you consume no alcohol and no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician, and that you have no weapons on or about your person. Do you understand all of that?
Bueno, a propósito, usted sí califica, señor Rodríguez, para que se le designe un defensor de la Defensoría Pública. Lo que sí voy a hacer es que le daré libertad, pero libertad provisional, lo cual quiere decir que no tendrá que pagar ninguna fianza, pero estará sujeto a supervisión del Departamento de Libertad Provisional. Voy a permitir que haya contacto con la víctima, ese contacto debe ser sin ninguna hostilidad. Le prohíbo consumo de alcohol, consumo de drogas, con la excepción de cualquier medicamento recetado por un médico, y además de eso voy a poner que usted no tenga ni porte armas. Perfect.
Okay, now you're also represented by the Office of the Public Defender, so if you have any questions, it'd be best if you directed them to your attorney rather than speaking publicly here. Understand?
Y ya usted tiene su defensor público asignado, si tiene cualquier pregunta, mejor que se la formule al abogado de la Defensoría Pública, preferible a que usted haga las preguntas aquí en el Tribunal de Audiencia Pública.
You
Perfect.
understand, sir?
¿Entiende?
Correcto.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, I can't get any better than perfect. So,
Claro, no
okay,
puedo ser mejor que perfecto, así que está bien.
as long as we're at perfect, I'll end the hearing and good luck to you.
Bueno, entonces ya que está todo perfecto, con eso se concluye la audiencia y buena suerte para usted.
Perfect. All right, next case number is 2021 MM127AO. And what is your name, sir?
Victor Rivera.
Víctor Rivera.
All right,
Correct.
Mr. Rivera, you're charged with battery, and it's alleged to be a domestic battery, also criminal mischief. Do you understand those charges?
Sí, señor, pero yo no cometí alguna de esas cosas.
Yes, sir, but I did not perpetrate any of those things.
Well, you do qualify for the public defender based on the affidavit of insolvency, so I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender for you. I also have read the affidavit. I do find probable cause for the charges. You actually qualify for PTR, but we have no victim here today, so I'm going to set your bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim as a condition of release, that you maintain a separate residence from the victim, that you consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person as a condition of release. Any weapons that you own or regularly have access to are to be turned into the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release. Finally, I am going to allow you one return to the residence in the company of a law enforcement officer to recover your personal effects because you're not going to be living there.
Correcto.
Your
Correct.
Honor, in the case,
Agradecido.
he has 2 counts. He has
Yeah,
two
there's a
counts.
criminal mischief count.
Yeah.
Bond on the criminal mischief count will be $100. Thank you, corrections. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Buena suerte para usted.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Let's see, oh lordy. Next case is 21 CF 203 AO. And your name, sir?
Jonathan Marrero Ortiz. Jonathan Marrero Ortiz.
Jonathan Rodríguez.
Jonathan Marrero Ortiz.
Oh, Jonathan Marrero Ortiz. Sorry, correction.
All right. Mr. Barrero, you are charged with trafficking in oxycodone, that's 7 grams or more. Distribution of synthetic narcotics, Schedule 1 or Schedule 2. Possessing
I think this is the wrong
a
person.
controlled substance without a prescription.
Sí.
Your Honor,
La
I
mía
think
es tráfico de carro.
No, it was about a car.
And possession of drug paraphernalia.
He's driving a license suspended no longer.
You have the right. Your Honor, this may be the wrong defendant for the case.
Is it? This is not Joseph Barrero?
No, this is
No,
John.
that's-
No, Jonathan.
Jonathan
Marrero Ortiz.
Marrero Ortiz.
I don't have that.
What type of case is his? Traffic.
Traffic. Duelist and a no.
It's a traffic thing?
No motor vehicle registration.
Okay.
Sí.
Y'all threw me a curveball this morning. You were just checking to see if I was paying attention, weren't you?
It's Jonathan, right? Jonathan Marrero.
Obviously, I wasn't paying attention. So this is, you are Jonathan Marrero Ortiz?
Correct.
Correct.
I didn't mean to scare you with those big charges. I didn't understand what you said. That was a little scary. Case number is, there are 2, 2021 CT 150 and 2021 CT 151. The charges are driving while license suspended and no motor vehicle registration. Do you understand those charges?
Sí.
Yes.
And you do qualify for the public defender, sir, based on the affidavit of insolvency you filed.
State has no objection to ROR, Your Honor.
No objection to ROR?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender for you. Having found probable cause for the charges, I'm going to direct that you be released on your own recognizance. You understand what that means?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And I am going to order that you not operate a motor vehicle until and unless you obtain a valid driver's license.
Okay.
Okay.
As to both cases, yes, ma'am. All right? Counsel, was there something you wanted to weigh in on that one?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck, Mr. Ortiz. All right, well, here we go. Next case is 21 CF 203AO. And what is your name, sir?
Joseph Borrero Colón.
Joseph,
Joseph Borrero Colón.
Joseph Borrero Colón.
Yeah, Joseph.
This is the last case we thought.
What?
So I think this is the last case we thought.
This is the trafficking.
Yep. Well, Mr. Colon, you're charged with trafficking in oxycodone 7 grams or more. You're also charged with distribution of a synthetic narcotic, Schedule 1 or Schedule 2. Possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, and looks like use or possession or manufacture of drug paraphernalia to transport drugs. Wow. And having read the affidavit, sir, I do find probable cause for the charges. Now, according to your affidavit of insolvency, you do qualify for the public defender. Do you understand all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you also qualify for pretrial release. Kind of surprising. But, State, any thoughts about that?
No objection.
Okay. Well, I'm going to direct that you be released, pretrial release, on the charges. Do you understand what that means?
Your Honor, I would just request that
no.
possess no drugs or weapons
Oh, no.
Right.
be added, as well as no association with known drug dealers.
And how about no association with co-defendants?
Perfect,
No
Your Honor.
contact with co-defendants? Okay, now you're gonna have conditions on the pretrial release. You're gonna be checking in. We're gonna have you do a weekly in-person check-in with pretrial release. You're also gonna be ordered to have no contact with your co-defendants other than that contact which is necessary in the defense of your case. You are to no contact with any known criminals or particularly drug-related criminals. No weapons on or about your person. You understand all that?
Yeah, sí.
Yes.
Okay, well, then, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, if this is correct, the next case is 21 CF 206AO. And, what's your name, sir?
William Delgado.
William Delgado.
All right, sir, you are charged with trafficking in oxycodone 7 grams or more, also trafficking synthetic narcotic or manufacture of the same, Schedule 1 or 2, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, that's count 3, and use or possession or manufacture of drug paraphernalia to facilitate transportation of drugs. Do you understand those charges?
Sí.
Yes.
Having reviewed the affidavit, I do find probable cause for the charges, sir. Also reviewing your affidavit of insolvency, I find that you qualify for the public defender. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And finally, you do qualify for PTR. Any objection to that, State?
No, the same conditions as the previous.
All right. So I'm going to direct that you be released, pretrial release. That you'll have conditions which will be weekly in-person reporting to PTR. You're also going to be ordered to have no contact with your co-defendants other than contact necessitated by the defense of your case. You're to have no contact with any known criminals or individuals involved in the drug trade. You're to have no weapons on or about your person as a condition of release. And I think I got it. So do you understand all that?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you have any questions, sir? If you do, you want to direct them to your attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. All right, next case is 21 CF 204. And what is your name, sir?
Giancarlo Ramos Almestica.
Oh,
Almestica.
Giancarlos Ramos Almestica.
All right. Well, sir, you were charged with drug trafficking. That's oxycodone 7 grams or more. Possession of a synthetic narcotic with intent to sell or manufacture. Possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. Use or possession of drug paraphernalia to facilitate the transportation of drugs. Keeping a public nuisance structure for drug transactions, carrying a concealed weapon / an unlicensed firearm, possession of a weapon or an ammunition by a convicted felon, and grand theft motor vehicle. Do you understand those charges?
Sí.
Yes.
Now, you do not qualify for the services of the public defender based on your income. So will you be contacting a private attorney to represent you?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, you qualify for PTR too. So,
Same conditions, no objection, Your Honor.
huh?
Same conditions and no objection.
All right. So I'm going to direct that you be released pretrial release. I am going to order weekly check-ins for pretrial release. That's in-person check-ins. You're going to be ordered to have no drugs on or about your person. You're to have no weapons on or about your person or in your possession. Any weapons that you own are to be turned into the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours you're released from the Orange County Jail. And I'm missing something. What am I missing?
No association with known criminals?
Yeah. No association with your co-defendants, no contact with your co-defendants, other than is necessitated by the defense of your case, and no association with known criminals, particularly those in the drug trade as conditions of release. Do you understand all that?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
All right, I'm going to put down here on the paperwork that you're going to hire your own lawyer. So, good luck, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
Okay, next case is 2020 CF 45818. And your name, sir?
Luis Garcia.
Luis Garcia.
All right. Mr. Garcia, you're being held on a warrant, out-of-county warrant.
Sí,
Did
Yes.
you hear me?
sí.
Yes.
All right, it's out of Brevard County. Criminal use of personal identification information, 10 or more. Felony of the second degree with a bond of $50,000. So do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, so you can bond out of this jail. You don't qualify for the public defender locally based on your income. So if you want to speak to a lawyer, you're pretty much going to have to hire your own. And that, I think, concludes our business today. Any questions?
Your Honor, the interpreter didn't get, he can or he cannot get bond out of this place. That didn't get that part.
He can bond. He has a $50,000 bond.
Ok, una pregunta.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay?
Yo tengo pago, es decir, la fianza en este condado o en el condado de Brevard.
Yeah, now for my bond, do I pay right in this county or do I have to pay at Brevard County?
You can post your bond here, and then that'll be, I guess, transmitted to Brevard County, but you're allowed to post your bond here to get out of jail if you choose to do that.
Pero yo de pagar la fianza por aquí no tendría que pagar un cargo adicional en el otro condado, no sería transferido hacia el otro condado, sería solo pagar la fianza y ya.
Now, if I do pay the bond right here, I mean, and that's transferred to the other county, is there any additional charge or do I just pay here and that would be it?
Well, I think what you're saying to me is that if you post a bond, are the charges going to go away in Brevard County? And the answer is no, they'll still be there. You still have to go to Brevard County and get this case resolved.
Sí, la pregunta era que si de salir bajo fianza en este condado, el otro condado no me arrestaría, no sería transferido hacia el otro condado. ¿Cómo?
No, the question would be like, if once I'm bond out and I'm at liberty here, whether I would still be arrested when I go to the other county. That's the question.
Oh, and my answer is, I don't know. I don't know how Brevard County does it, but if you bond out, generally you don't get arrested while you're out on bond unless you violate the conditions.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good.
Interesting question, though. That was an interesting question, wasn't it? Yeah, Mr. Interpreter, I think that's our last interpreter case.
Very well, Your Honor.
Well, listen, it was a pleasure.
Likewise, Your Honor.
See you later.
See you later, Your Honor. And by the way, on a personal note, the interpreter enjoyed your podcast. I know it was a while back, but the interpreter didn't get to hear it till not long ago.
Which podcast was that?
The one where Your Honor was interviewed about his experiences with the fire department and so on and so forth.
Oh, gosh, that was back when I had hair, you know? That's been a long time, but thank you. I appreciate your comments.
You're very welcome, Your Honor. Always a pleasure.
Bye-bye. That's probably a podcast that they ought to hide. There we go, Madam Clerk.
I'm just pulling out one thing.
Oh, I thought we were done. No? Well, that's all right. I got nothing else to do this morning. Okay, let's see. What do we have? 2021 CF 101AO. And your name, ma'am?
Celine Bustamante.
All right, Ms. Bustamante. The charge is neglect of a child without great bodily harm. Do you understand that charge? Do you understand what you're
Oh,
charged
I'm
with?
sorry. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I reviewed the affidavit yesterday for your co-defendant and today for you, and I do find probable cause for that. All right. Having found probable cause and reviewing the affidavit of insolvency, I do find that you qualify for the services of the public defender, so I'll appoint the PD to represent you. Your bond is going to be set at $1,000, and I suspect your child is in the custody of DCF at this point. So what I'm going to do is order that you comply with all DCF orders as a result of DCF having taken custody of your child. And anything else, State, that you request?
No, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I missed the bond amount.
1,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You got, I mean, this is a big fish to fry just in this case, but your bigger fish to fry is dealing with DCF now.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you comply with their orders, make sure that you listen to what you're being told, and, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Good morning, Willie Clayton.
All right, Mr. Clayton, in 2021 CF 160AO, you're charged by a felony arrest warrant with aggravated battery, and it's aggravated because the victim is alleged to be pregnant. It's also an incident of domestic violence. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, I did review the affidavit. I do find probable cause for the charges. Also, based on your affidavit of insolvency, I'm going to find that you do qualify for the public defender. And then to add to all that, you're out on bond on a trafficking in methamphetamines, possession of drug paraphernalia charges, as well as a reckless driving charge. Those go back to August. So, on the aggravated battery charge, finding probable cause, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. You're going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim. You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'm also going to order that you consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person. As a condition of your release, any weapons that you own or regularly possess, you're ordered to turn into the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours you're released from jail. And there was something else that occurred to me. Yeah, you're not to return to the scene of the offense as a condition of release. Now, you lived with the victim, right?
Yes, sir. That was
All right. I'm going to let you go back one time in the company of a law enforcement officer to pick up your personal effects. Other than that, you go there, you get arrested, you come back to jail. Understand?
yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir. I say yes, sir.
All right. And you have any questions, you want to direct them to your attorney, sir. Good luck.
Your Honor, were you taking any action on
Yeah,
his?
I'm gonna take no action on the ones
Okay.
he's out on. Sorry, I forgot that. All right. You know this stuff right here doesn't work.
I don't use it.
Well, it doesn't work. Look at that.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, it could be. All right, the next case number is 2021 CF 172. What do you do? This?
Oh, I have a fingerprint.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I don't like that. Because everybody's fingerprint.
Ooh. I hadn't thought about that. Ugh. Get that out of here. Nasty. All right, let's see. So 2021 CF 172. What's your name, sir?
Cody Gaddis.
All right, Mr. Gaddis, you are charged with aggravated battery on a pregnant person, which is a felony. I did review the affidavit. I do find probable cause for the charge. And in reviewing your affidavit of insolvency, you do qualify for the public defender, so I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. And good morning. What's your name?
My name is Jade Pasco.
You need to get way closer.
Jade Pasco.
Can't hear you.
My name is Jade Pasco, sir.
Jade Pasco. She's the listed victim.
Jade Pasco. Got it. Okay. Now, Ms. Pasco, you're the named victim here. Understand?
Yes.
So, he actually qualifies for pretrial release, which is a non-monetary form of release. Do you have any objection to him being released that way? Okay. Now, I also got to deal with the issues of contact between yourself and him. Do you desire to have contact with him when he gets out?
Yes, I do. I would like
And
to work
do
things
the
out.
two of you live together, right?
Yes, we do.
So you want him to be allowed to return home?
Yes, he has college and he has to have all of his school stuff, and I think that we just need to go to counseling and work out stuff.
So you believe it's in your best interest for him to come home?
I believe it's in the best interest for all of us, the baby, me, and him.
Okay. All right, well then, was there anything else you wanted to tell me about yourself or the case?
Not really. I believe that all we really need is counseling, and I don't want to press charges or anything.
All right. So, okay. So I'll direct that you be released, pretrial release. Now, I am going to order that you're to have no hostile contact with the victim in this case. You fight, you argue, you come back to jail, right?
Okay.
You're also to consume no alcohol, no drugs, not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person as a condition of release. Any weapons that you own or regularly have in your possession, you're ordered to turn over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release.
Okay.
So, you do have the public defender. If you have any questions, you want to direct them to your attorney.
I've never done this. I need a little help. How do I do that? Or what do I do?
I didn't understand what you said.
Oh, I've never done this. I don't know how to do that. Sorry.
Just call this number. Just go to office, call us.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Okay.
Judge, the victim has a question for you.
Huh?
The victim asked for a question for Your Honor.
I haven't heard a word she said.
Oh, okay. Can you
So-
speak louder into the mic?
Yes, I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm yelling.
That's
Well,
okay, yell so we can hear.
You gotta
Okay.
yell because there's something wrong with that thing over there and I can't hear anybody.
Okay, sorry about that. So does it have to be a felony charge?
Well, it is right now because you're pregnant. That's an automatic felony in a domestic case. Probably in any kind of case, but certainly in a domestic case. that if there's a domestic incident and you're the victim when you're pregnant, it's going to be filed as a felony. Now, whether the state decides to file it as a felony when they file formal charges, should they decide to do that, is a different story. But for today's purposes, it's a felony. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to be talking to the state attorney. They're going to contact you
Okay.
about what you want to do in the case. And so you'll have an opportunity to talk to them probably before they file formal charges.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Best wishes with the baby. I was gonna call somebody yesterday about that. You think a hanging microphone in there would work better than that mess that's down there in front of them?
Probably pick up sound better.
Yeah, because that one, unless you're like, what, about 4 foot 2 inches tall?
Or longer, they need to make it longer so people
Maybe a
that,
big one that sticks way up in the air? Well, I'm just gonna call them and tell them that this is impossible. You know, at best, you hear every third or fourth word a person says. All right, so we'll see. They'll probably tell me to mind my own business and go back downtown, I'm thinking. In a very courteous sort of way. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Great? Yeah, okay. You're not Corey Lamar Martin, are you?
No.
he's gonna be next room.
Next. So are you Shakira?
No.
No.
Oh, wait a second.
Tommy Johnson.
There we go. This is Kylie Janaya Renee Johnson.
Yes.
Is that
it
correct? Okay, well, let's see. What do you got here? 2021 CF 182AO. You're charged with aggravated assault with a firearm as a condition or as a domestic violence incident. Do you understand? Is that the one I got the paperwork up there for?
No, that's
Different one? Okay. You understand what you're charged with?
Yes.
Okay. The affidavit of insolvency indicates that you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the public defender for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. Now, let me make sure I saw this affidavit. Yes, I did. And I do find probable cause for the charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. And that's based on one sentence in there where it says she not only retrieved the weapon, but she pointed it at the other lady, apparently. So that would constitute probable cause. Now, having said that, I'm going to set your bond at $1,500. And I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim. You're not to return to the scene of the offense, which is somewhere in Orange County. 924 Hacienda Court.
That's my house.
That's your house. Okay, I'm sorry. How about 6821 Derrick Drive? No
Yes,
going
that's
back
my
there,
baby daddy
okay?
house.
So no contact with the victim, no going back to the location of the incident. You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person as a condition of release. Any weapons that you own, and obviously there's one, a pink one, you are ordered to turn over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours you're released. You understand?
Well, they took it last night.
Huh?
They took it.
They took it, yeah, but if you have any more or regular access to another, you have to turn that over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Now, you're represented by the Office of the Public Defender. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So any questions you have, you're going to want to direct those to your attorney, okay?
Okay.
Good luck. Next case is 2020 CF 15265. Your name, sir?
Corey Lamar Martin, sir.
All right, Mr. Martin, you're charged with aggravated battery on a pregnant person. Well, ag battery, and it's charged as ag because the victim is alleged to be pregnant. And then you're also charged with aggravated stalking. And, well, let me see what the date on that is. And then in 2020 CF 15252, there is an additional warrant charging you with 3 counts, aggravated battery, again, ag because the victim is alleged to be pregnant, battery as an incident of domestic violence, which is charged as a misdemeanor, and battery by strangulation, which is a felony. So do you understand all those charges?
Yes, sir.
I didn't hear you, sir.
I said, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
According to your affidavit of insolvency, you do qualify for the public defender, so I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Now, he qualifies for PTR. He qualifies for PTR, but we're not going to go down that road for a couple of reasons. One, because of the nature of the charges, particularly the stalking charge, and number 2, because he has a history of failing to appear. So you won't be going out on PTR today, but let me talk to the victim first, and tell me your name, ma'am.
Lucretia Deshay.
Can you yell in the microphone? Just yell.
Lucretia Deshay.
Okay, well, you're our named victim today, so apparently, well, from what I read in there, it looks like this has been going on for a while. What would you like to see me do today? You have no thoughts about it? So it's whatever I think is appropriate?
Correct.
You want me to keep him away from you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So definitely no contact.
Correct.
All right. Well, I can do that. Anything else you can think of you want to talk to me about?
No.
I'm going to do the best I can to keep him away from you without keeping him here in jail under no bond. In other words, he's going to have bonds and conditions of release, but I'm going to see what I can do to make him stay away from you and leave you alone. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we'll start with 2020 CF 15265 on the ag battery. I'm going to set your bond on that one at $2,500. And as to the ag stalking, also a bond of $2,500. And in 2020 CF 15252, on the ag battery, you'll have an additional bond of $5,000. The battery charge will be $150, and the battery by strangulation will be $150. Now, in addition to those bonds, you are going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim.
Yes, sir.
You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're to consume no alcohol, no drugs, not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person. Any weapons you own or regularly have access to, you are ordered to turn over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release, and any receipt you receive at that point is to be filed with the clerk. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you understand you're being represented by the Office of the Public Defender.
Yes, sir.
Any questions you have, you want to direct them to your attorney. Now, ma'am,
Yes.
a part of this burden, unfortunately, falls on you as the victim. If you suspect he's violating any of those orders, you see him where you would normally see him, you suspect he's lurking around a corner, anything, calls, texts, anything, you contact the police department. You let them know about those orders. They'll have a record of it. And they'll pick him up. And if he violates the orders and he comes back here, there's a real good chance that he'll be here with no bond, no ability to get out of jail. And that includes if he calls you from the jail, okay? But you gotta be on your toes and you gotta keep an eye on this, okay?
Okay.
So, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
So I was told that they're ready. So we have to call in like we're calling the Spanish interpreter.
Yeah?
Yes.
For Creole?
Yes.
Not a problem. I know how to work this thing. This is not that case, is it?
No.
Which case is it? This one? Or you gave me that one, that's good. I'm always happy with that. Check that out there.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Alex.
Good morning. How are you? Not going to tell me. Is this Spanish or Creole?
He's one over the heads.
Is it so you can hear him over that?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Creole, sir.
Okay.
Do you need Spanish, Your Honor?
No, we need Creole, but the interpreter is for the witness who's in the box.
Okay.
So we're going to need you to do it over the intercom.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you, sir. You did?
So Your Honor, do you need the interpreter to interpret from this point on, or you're going to let me know when to start interpreting?
Yeah, it'll be obvious.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So this is, how cool is that? 2021 MM116. And your name, sir?
Buisset Wunel. Buisset Wunel.
I hear you make it sound, but I can't distinguish what you're saying.
Buisset Wunel.
Not Ronell Brissett?
Yeah,
What is that?
Wunel Buisset.
Okay, all right, there we go. Well, you're charged with battery. It's alleged to be an incident of domestic violence. And you do qualify for the service of the public defender. Do you want me to appoint the PD to represent you? Do you want a lawyer?
No.
No?
No.
You don't think you need one?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No.
Well, are you going to talk to a private attorney? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't have private attorney.
Okay, so you intend to represent yourself? Sir, you barely know where you're at.
Yes.
You clearly are not understanding what's going on. You get a lawyer, the lawyer represents you, protects your interest. You understand that?
Yes.
So don't you think having a lawyer would be a good idea?
Yes.
It's kind of like having 4 wheels on your car instead of 3. You want all 4 to protect yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any problem with me appointing the public defender to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take that as a no and appoint the public defender to represent you. And so here we go with the interpreter. What's your name, ma'am? And I need you to yell into that microphone. I know it's going to be uncomfortable for the baby, but so I can hear you, okay?
Madame, comment relé? Moi, t'arrive à parler fort. Je connais que c'est difficile pour tout le monde, mais parler fort.
Okay, moi, c'est Lovely Buisset.
My name is Lovely Brissett.
Ah, okay. And Ms. Brissette, as the victim in this case, I need to hear your thoughts on his conditions of release. Do you understand that?
Madame Boutet, en tant que victime dans cas ça, moi t'a aimé tenter ça ou penser dans condition que nous capable prendre pour nous la gueule.
Ok.
You're gonna have to speak up just a little bit.
Pas obligé de parler plus fort.
Ok. Nou pa jom kon nan problem du tout, mais ou connaissez relation toujou gen ti problem passé.
Okay, Tantoma. Well, we've never had any problems in the past, but as you know, when you are in a relationship, there's always a little difficulty.
So you consider this to be a little difficulty, is that correct?
Donc, vous considérez ça comme une petite difficulté, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, parce que nou pa jom kon gen problem, nou pa jom kon nou pa nan palan pil du tout.
Yes, because we've never had any problems. We've never had any arguments.
And I can let him out of jail on what's called pretrial release, which is non-monetary. Do you have any objection to that?
Moi capable laguer li temporairement pour ça laguer avant ou aller dans procès. Le ça il pas bien pour le payer aucun corps pour le moment. Est-ce que vous êtes d'accord avec ça?
Répétez pour moi, je ne comprends bien ça.
Can you repeat for me? I did not understand clearly what you were saying.
Do you want him out of jail?
Est-ce que vous voulez que moi laguer li sorti dans prison?
Oui, parce que je travaille, je dis, si je travaille, bien si je suis off, mais je tout révoquer parce que je suis trop en retard dans le travail. Moi, c'est toujours été avec moi pour moi.
Yes, because I have to go to work. Today, for example, I have to be at work. If I call and ask for a day off, they will let me go. And he is the one that usually stays with the children for me.
And do you want him to be allowed to come home?
Est-ce que vous voulez que moi permette que lui retourne dans casa?
Oui.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me about or any questions you have?
Est-ce qu'il y a aucun autre bagage encore ou t'as aimé additionner aucune question gain pour moi?
Non, je voulais dire, Marie, pardon pour ça qui passe, parce que nous pas jamais qu'on a un gros problème comme ça. Je me sens honte pour ça.
No, I want to say to my husband that I'm sorry about what happened because we've never had any problems in the past. In fact, I am feeling ashamed of what is going on right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Merci, madame.
Autre question encore.
Here's another question I have.
Yes, ma'am.
Oui, madame.
Qui l'a li a plaqué pour parce que je pour mal travailler à une heure jeudi, on pas monde pour que metti monde pour moi.
When are they going to release him? Because I have to go to work at 1 o'clock today and I don't have anybody to leave the children with.
Well, it probably will be later this afternoon after 1 o'clock before he gets out.
Probablement, c'est à plus tard dans l'après-midi avant que la guerre, après 1 heure.
Est-ce que je peux me payer ou bien non?
Do I have to pay any money or do I not?
You do not have to pay any money.
Ou pas gain pour payer aucun cob.
Ok, merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
By the way, you have nothing to be ashamed of. This is not your fault.
En même temps, je me dis, ou pas gain rien pour honte parce que c'est pas faute.
Ok.
OK.
Good luck. Thank you.
Bonne chance, merci. Would that be it for the interpreter, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, I think that will do it. Thank you for your services.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too.
You didn't order any for this?
Yeah.
You did TPI?
What?
You didn't order any for this?
Well, I haven't done it, finished it yet. I'm gonna authorize your release, pretrial release, sir. Now, you're gonna be ordered to have no hostile contact with the victim, no fighting, no arguing, quit being jealous, all that sort of thing. And you're to consume no alcohol, no drugs, not prescribed for you by your own physician. You'd have no weapons on or about your person. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
All right, well, good luck.
All right, thank you.
Interesting. Good morning. What's your name?
Sharika McKinnon.
Sharika McKinnon.
Yes, sir.
correct? Is that what you said? Okay. Well, Ms. McKinnon, in 2021 CF 194AO, you're charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. I did review the charging affidavit and determined that probable cause existed for the charge. Yeah, this is the one. Your affidavit of insolvency indicates that you qualify for the public defender. Do you want me to appoint the PD for you?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I will appoint the public defender. Having found probable cause on the aggravated battery charge with the weapon, I'll set your bond at $2,500. You're going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim.
Yes, sir.
Maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person.
Yes, sir.
If you own weapons or have access to them, like a knife, you are ordered to turn those weapons over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours you're released from custody.
Okay.
All right, any questions you have, I'm going to direct them to your attorney. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next case is 2021 CF 120AO. And your name, sir?
Major Otley.
Terrific, Mr. Otley. I can hear every word you're saying. That's great.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Otley, pursuant to an arrest warrant, you, sir, are charged with one count of aggravated assault with a firearm, one count domestic battery by strangulation, one count criminal mischief. And the judge who signed the warrant found probable cause for each of the charges. Now, according to your affidavit of insolvency, you do qualify for the public defender. The judge who signed the warrant actually set your bond at $3,500 on count one.
Yes, sir.
Your currently no bond is to count two. I'll set an additional bond as to count two at $500, and then the criminal mischief charge, $100. Now, in addition to those bond amounts, you're going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim. You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You
Yes,
are
sir.
to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You'd have no weapons on or about your person. Any weapons that you own or regularly have access to, you're ordered to turn over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release from custody.
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Any questions you have at this point should be directed to your attorney.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck.
All right.
Good morning, sir. Your name?
Marquette Weeks.
All right, Mr. Weeks, in 2021 CF 1150, you're charged with false imprisonment as an incident of domestic violence and battery. All of that is pursuant to an arrest warrant wherein probable cause was found for the charges. Your affidavit of insolvency indicates that you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, probable cause having been established, your bond on the false imprisonment is going to be set at $1,000, on the battery charge at $150. You're going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person, sir. Any weapons you own or regularly have access to are to be surrendered to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release from custody. Now, any questions you have, you want to direct to your lawyer, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Right here.
Ah, yes, this one. Do you recall this one? Missing the affidavit. Well, that's all right.
I can print it for you.
If
See
it's
if we have
missing,
it.
it's missing.
Senator Wilson is mental health care.
Okay, forget the affidavit. So, based on the nature of the charges, I don't know.
Defense will waive his appearance.
You want to waive it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, all right. I'll go ahead and appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Timothy Lee Wilson. And, okay, looks like there's a, this looks like what he's out on bond on and what the charges that he's here about today all appear to be one continuous course of conduct. So I'm going to take no action on the case that he's bonded out on. As to 2021-997, where there are 3 counts of aggravated child abuse, 1 count of neglect of a child, bonds pursuant to the warrant are set at $7,500 as to each count. And then, here's my other one. Here's somewhere.
Your Honor,
I
would
guess
you have
it was-
any
it was
objections?
just one.
Your Honor, would you have any objections to bonds in this case and, or mental health pre-trial release if he qualifies? Oh, you don't qualify? Never mind, Your Honor.
Yeah.
He doesn't qualify for mental health pre-trial release.
Okay. So let's leave it the way it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to, in addition to the bond amounts, order that the defendant is to have no contact with the victim or victims as a condition of release, and no contact with any person, no unsupervised contact with any person under the age of 16 years. No alcohol, no drugs not prescribed by his own physician, no weapons on or about his person, and order a turnover to the sheriff within 24 hours of his release of any weapons that he may own or regularly have access to. So, good enough. And the next case is 2021 MM 12480. Your name, sir?
Adolphus Adams.
All right, Mr. Adams. You are charged with battery as an incident of dating violence and criminal mischief. Do you understand those charges?
No, Your Honor.
Huh?
No.
You don't understand the words or why you're charged?
The word.
Battery? You don't know what that means?
Yeah, I know that.
How about dating violence?
What that is, domestic violence?
It's delineated dating violence because you're not married to the alleged victim. Rather than that, you're in a relationship that doesn't involve a marriage.
Okay.
And so it's called dating violence. And then criminal mischief, if I remember this affidavit correctly, has to do with a broken phone or a kicked door.
Yes, a door.
Friends who was mad at him, if he or she to the room. Ah, the door. There's your criminal mischief. So do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, reading the affidavit, there does appear to be probable cause, and you do qualify for the public defender, so unless you object, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And what is your name?
Marthel Randall.
Well, I know you said it, but I didn't hear you.
Marthel Randall.
All right. Marthel Randall.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Randall, you're the named victim. Mr. Adams qualifies for pretrial release, which I've been talking about for the last hour or so. You understand what that is?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Any objection to him being released that way?
It depends on what the pretrial is.
I'm not
it depends
hearing
on what his pretrial release is. I said it depends on, like, the conditions.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't hear a
Said it
word.
depends on what the conditions are.
Well, what conditions would you like to see?
Well, it didn't matter because I planned on getting an injunction anyway.
He plans on getting an injunction anyways.
Okay, but that would tell me that you don't want to have any contact with him and you don't want me to allow him to come home. Is that correct?
Well, his mom is coming to get his stuff anyway, so.
His mom is coming to get his stuff. from
Okay,
home.
you didn't answer my question, though. What you've said tells me that, one, you don't want to have contact with him, and two, you don't want me to allow him to come back to your place. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, is there anything else you can think of? No?
No.
All right. But how about the pretrial release? Do you have any problem with that? I can either let him go pretrial release with conditions, or I can make him post a bond. What do you think?
You can let him go with conditions.
Oh, let him go with conditions.
So I'm going to take that to mean you have no objection to pretrial release?
No.
All right, thank you. Sorry about the sound thing. I don't know what the story is on that over there. But, okay. So it's going to be pretrial release. You understand, sir?
What that mean?
Well,
They'll explain it to him in the
that
back,
means you're
Your
going
Honor.
to be monitored when you're out on release to make sure you're not violating any of the court orders. Understand?
Okay.
All right, now you're going to have no contact with that victim. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person. Any weapons that you own or regularly have access to are to be turned into the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release from custody. You're not to return to the scene of the offense But you're telling me his mom is picking all his stuff up?
Yeah, she called me yesterday.
So there's no reason for him to come back there at all, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so you have no reason to go back there, so I'm not gonna authorize you a one-time trip back there, because your mom apparently is picking up your stuff, understand?
Yes, sir.
You get out of jail, you go anywhere but back to that place. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, let's see. 2021 MM122 AO. And your name, sir?
Nicholas Sakala.
Sakala?
Yeah.
All right. The charge is battery, and it's alleged to be an incident of dating violence. Do you understand that?
I guess. I never heard of dating violence. But...
Well, yeah. You got dating violence, you got elder violence, you got sexual violence, you got all kinds of violence in the state of Florida. Dating violence is one of them.
Gotcha.
So, I got a probable cause issue with this one, State. My probable cause issue stems from the fact that I have that little bitty bit of information and nothing more. Basically, it says what somebody related happened, but it doesn't say who the somebody is or how the officer came to be in possession of that information. So that's a PC issue.
State request 24 hours.
124? Okay. In the meantime, what are your thoughts about him having a bond so that, because it would be a bond in standard conditions. If you have no objection to that, I'm inclined to do that.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay. So, first of all, we're talking about there being a probable cause issue. The officer who, Justin Pickle.
He also wrote down I'm Hispanic. I'm not Hispanic.
Well, I don't know anything because all I got is that little bit of information. And it's not enough for me to determine that probable cause exists. So there's two options here. Option number one would be to just say, I'm going to continue to hold you on no bond for 24 hours and give the state attorney an opportunity to supplement the record so that I can see whether there's PC. Or I can simply give you a bond and conditions of release so that if you're able to bond, you can get out of here and the state can do its thing and eventually get us that information. What I'm inclined to do is to say that because I'm not finding probable cause, but also because I'm not willing to continue to hold you under those circumstances, that I'm going to set your bond at $500 and you're going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim. You're to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You're to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician. You're to have no weapons on or about your person. Turn in any weapons you have or regular access to
Your
to
Honor,
the
she
Orange
has,
County Sheriff's Department.
if I may, she has all my money. Before I left, I gave her all my money and everything else. So I don't know how I'm supposed to even be able to bail out.
I don't either. That comes up quite often, but it's not like I'm gonna call her on the phone in order to come over here and post your bail. So you'll just have to arrange that through somebody else. But you can't go back there until these orders change.
Okay.
So I'll allow you one trip back in the company of a law enforcement officer to recover your personal effects.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
That's your lawyer standing right there. You qualify. So if you have any questions, ask your lawyer.
So what, do I call? I'll call this number and you guys will contact her?
Yeah.
What
Wait, you guys will talk to her? You can't,
Well, good morning. What's your name?
Tyler McNeil.
Mr. McNeil, in case number 2021 MM98, you are charged with battery, which is alleged to be an incident of dating violence. I did review the affidavit. Do find probable cause for the charges. And according to the affidavit of insolvency you filed, you do qualify for the services of the public defender. So you want me to appoint the PD for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender for you. Now, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you've heard all the problem I've had hearing people. You have to literally get right on top of that microphone and talk real loud.
Okay.
All right? At some point in time, the system's going to get fixed, but right now, not so. Are you Ms. Nunez Reyes?
No.
Nope, that's a witness. I'm sorry. You must be Kaylee Marie Jackson Glick.
Kylie Marie Jackson Gick.
Kylie Marie Jackson. I'm sorry. Okay, well, you're the victim here.
Yes.
You've been sitting out there for a while listening to this.
Mhm.
You feel like you got a handle on how this is going?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk first of all about him getting out of jail. Do you want him out of jail?
Yes.
And do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
And I see y'all are from Fort Wayne, Indiana?
Yes.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. And do y'all live together in Indiana?
Yes, we do. We were gonna move down here. That's why we're down here.
Okay, but do you want to live under the same roof again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. Anything else you can think to tell me?
No, it was just all a drunk misunderstanding.
A lot of these are alcohol related. I mean, you look at them, you read in there, somewhere in there you're going to find that word alcohol, and you find out it's alcohol related. So not an unusual circumstance. But welcome to Florida. Nothing like having your boyfriend arrested when you come to Florida, right? It's an experience you can talk about way into the future. Probably not something you want to tell your kids about, though.
No.
Although it's up to you. You're the mom. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set the bond at $500. Typically, your bond would be $1,000 because you're not from here. And but I think $500 will work for you. And I'm going to order that you have no hostile contact with Kaylee, that you have no, no alcohol and no drugs.
Yes. That's fine.
Drugs not prescribed for you by your physician, which ought to be obvious to you right now that maybe drinking is not the best decision you ever made.
Yes, sir.
And no weapons on or about your person.
Yes,
All
sir.
right? If you brought any to Florida with you, you're going to turn them over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release. Understand?
Yes, sir. I only had a knife and they already took that, so.
Okay. All right. Well, do you understand what I'm saying, ma'am?
Yes.
Anything else you want to tell me?
Nope.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Is that the 10% of 500?
Yes.
For my bond?
Yes. You gotta get a bail bond.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
It's $100.
Yeah, well, yeah, hey, it's gonna be 10% of the bond, but you have to at least pay $100. So 10% of.
You know, if I had hair, I might wear mine. Come on. Wouldn't that look good? Me up here with a big little thing on top of my head like that? There's a purpose. You know, one of these days, when I come out here to see y'all, I'm going to find myself a decent looking wig, and I'm going to walk through that door wearing it. All right, let's see. Next up is 2021 MM125. And tell me your name, ma'am.
My name is Elise Zaremba.
How do you pronounce the last name?
Zarimba.
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 Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, and you're charged with dating violence, battery, and unfortunately, or depending on how you look at it, you don't qualify for the public defender based on your income. So if you're going to get a lawyer, you're going to have to talk to a private one, okay? All right. And what's your name, sir?
Kevin Nicholson.
Kevin Nicholson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, Miss Zarimba is charged with battery and with resisting without violence. And she does qualify for pretrial release. So what do you think? You want her out of jail bad enough to say she can get out without posting a bond?
Your Honor, we are down here visiting, and there was a misunderstanding last night. And she is a good person and a respectable woman, and we just had a bad night. I raced around this morning to find this place and everything I had to do to be here. And yes, I would like if she was released.
You want her out?
I don't have a lot of cash on me, so
I do.
Well, she qualifies for pretrial release, which doesn't involve money.
yes,
You want her out?
yes, of course.
And
Yeah.
you guys live together?
Back home, yeah, we've had some history, not bad history. So, but yes, I want her back home. We got a flight to catch, and
Okay. So
you know, we put our friends through an inconvenience last night, and
I bet.
so we owe them lunch today.
Okay. She won't be out by lunchtime.
Okay, dinner then.
It'll take a little longer than that. You might be able to have a late dinner.
Okay.
But that'll be about the extent. No alcohol, though.
Of course, Your Honor.
My suggestion would be no alcohol for anybody.
I would totally agree with that.
Make it a totally sober, early or late dinner.
Yes.
All right. Well, you qualify for pretrial release, and there's no objection to that? Where are y'all from? Illinois?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, okay. So I'm going to direct that you be released, pretrial release on both charges.
Thank you.
It'll take a few hours for them to process you, but you'll be out of here today.
Thank you.
Now, no hostile contact.
No, actually, I was
Possibly the
I was the one
combination
who
of
called the
alcohol
cops.
and a bonfire. Maybe you shouldn't do that again.
Okay.
But no hostile contact, no alcohol, no drugs. Should be a good idea. Keep the rest of the vacation sober. And no weapons on or about your person, okay?
Yep.
So, any questions you have, well, you didn't qualify for the PD, so if you have questions, you can ask me.
No questions.
Your Honor, are you going to allow her to return to Illinois on pretrial release?
You kind of got to look at that mic when you're talking, so I can
I
hear.
said no questions to you.
No, PTR, Your Honor's asking a question.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Are you going to allow her to return to Illinois on
what do you
pretrial
think?
release?
Think she really wants to go back to Illinois?
I would like that.
Okay, he would like it, but
Please.
would you like to go back to Illinois?
I just want to go home.
You just want to go home. Okay, sure, she can go back to Illinois.
Thank you.
Probably best for all concerned. More use for a bonfire up there than there is down here.
Definitely.
So,
Correct. It's very cold at home, Your Honor.
yeah. So good luck to you. Wish you the best. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, there's worse things happening in the world. So, being on vacation in Florida and having to come to the BRC, either because you're over there or over there, this being the theme park capital of the world, there might as well be a little bit of entertainment in the whole process, Doesn't have to be a lot, it could be a little. So, let's see, what have we here? This is 2020 CT 737. And your name?
Isaiah Leader, sir.
You're not? Oh, yeah, you're Isaiah. What'd you say?
Leader.
Leader. Got it. Okay, you got a failure to appear on a DUI charge. Says you failed to appear for a pretrial conference. That court issued a capias and set your bond at $500. Now, did he previously have an attorney in the case? Do we know?
He did not.
He did not?
No.
If I
You
may,
do qualify for the public defender. You think it might be a good idea for me to appoint the PD for you?
well, I had a question, sir,
Well, it
because
would be a good idea to have a lawyer before you ask the question.
yes, sir.
So-
because I've actually been incarcerated in DOC. I still have 5 years left on my sentence.
You do?
Yes, sir. That's why I haven't been able to appear, and I was on bond back in February. I bonded out on this case the initial day that I was presented.
So you were in DOC on,
A DUI manslaughter, sir.
yeah, on March 6, 2020?
No, I think I was actually in Seminole County Jail, awaiting to be sentenced on this.
Okay, so you're not going anywhere no matter what I did.
No, Your Honor.
But your attorney, I've appointed the PD for you now, your attorney can look into that to see where you were at on that day. And if it turns out you were incarcerated, then obviously the capias is in error. And that'll be brought to the attention of the court in Division 84.
Yes, sir.
But in the meantime, you know, not that bonding would do you any good because you're not going anywhere, there is a $500 bond.
Okay, so another question. I'm going to have to stay here until another court date before I'm going to be able to go back to DOC?
Yeah?
All right.
Huh? Yeah. So we'll just give them a new pretrial. You ever feel sorry for them tourists?
Thank you.
Come down here, they get to partying and drink too much, and then they get to wrestling or doing whatever they're doing, and then they get arrested and wind up over here. Sometimes I do, sometimes not so much. Okay, so you're not going anywhere,
Yes, sir.
but yeah, those are things you'll talk to your lawyer about, and I'm sure your lawyer will do everything they can to expedite your work.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Trip back to DOC. Where you at in DOC?
I've been at the reception center. They made me a permanent there at the
Out
main
here?
unit. Yeah, right here at OCI.
That one is much better than Lake Butler. I don't know if you've ever heard about Lake Butler, but
Yeah, I mean, the officers are a little more strict, but there's a lot less violence and bull crap
I
to deal
think
with.
so, and it's also in a nicer environment.
I mean,
Yeah, my
It-
daughter and
it's
I went back there to investigate
prison.
it one day. Because, you can see what you can see from the 528, which looks like not much. But you get off right there and drive back a ways, and you see there's a lot back there.
I like being close to home too for visitations and
There you
be able
go.
to see family.
Yeah, okay, well, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Sure thing. Y'all ever been out there to that reception center?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did tour the facility?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever been up to Lake Butler?
I have not.
Years ago, when I was still fairly young, the guy that became my partner in practice, he and I were doing a divorce case. He had, I think he had mom and I had dad. I can't remember. Anyway, he calls me one day and he goes, "Hey, you wanna do a field trip this weekend?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm always up for a field trip." He says, "Well, we're going up to Stark, and I've got a client in Lake Butler Medical Reception Center that I need to visit with." So we drove up there, and I'd never really been to that area where the state prisons are. I don't know if you've ever driven by Florida Correctional or UCI. It's intimidating. And we went into that place, and it was everything but a strip search just to get in there. And once we got in there, you could hear this sort of screaming in the distance constantly. It was like kind of like a horror movie where you could hear it going on, but you couldn't see what was happening. And it was all those people there that were there temporarily. They weren't at their permanent place yet, and so everybody kind of had the heebie-jeebies. And they said probably one of the most dangerous places in the Florida prison system was that location, because everybody was sort of waiting to get out of there and go someplace else. It's an interesting visit.
I've done a tour of many of the DOC locations.
Yeah.
After one case where the allegation where they forged signatures and were released.
Yeah.
That required me to do a tour for deposition purposes.
Oh, Lordy. Well, you know, I took my kids, my two older kids, years ago on a visit the prison trip. And we drove up, went out to Lake County, went up to Ocala, went on up to Stark and all that sort of thing, thinking that it would impress them while they were still very young to see these prisons and, you know, just how scary it was just to drive by them. That had no effect at all on them.
You tried.
Like they didn't even go, you know. Jeez. So I learned a lesson. Okay, where are we at now? We're at 2020 CT 7267 and the Big O. Your name, sir?
Marvin.
Marvin?
Yes.
Got a last name, Marvin?
Maynard.
Maynard, got it. Got a failure to appear on a driving while license suspended in Division 85. That court being upset about the fact that you didn't show up for your arraignment, issued a capias, set your bond at $2,000. That's the bad news. The good news is you qualify for the public defender, and unless you object, I can appoint the public defender to represent you.
No, sir. I'll take the public defender.
Huh?
I'll take the public
Okay, I'm going to appoint the PD to represent you. And then you're out on bond on a Osceola case. I'm going to take no action on that. And we'll see if we can get you hooked up with another court date on that. Any questions you have, you want to talk to your lawyer, sir. All right?
Okay.
Good luck. Anybody need a break? 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there? No, everybody good? This is a courtroom full of people with some strong blood. That's for sure. I knew a judge once, you know who I'm talking about, Judge Hawker. She could sit here for like 18 hours and never move. I couldn't do that. So we just waiting on some more bodies to come through the door.
Oh, sorry, Alan Beltran Bondi,
Alan Beltran bonded. To the end?
Yeah, I just put them up there so you can stay in jail.
All right.
He's coming in right. Thank you, appreciate it.
Judge, the next case is Tyrone Gregor.
Yes, it is.
2021 MM120. The state announced that no information is being filed.
That would be on, let's see, 2021 MM120, possession of cannabis.
Yes, Your Honor, you asked yesterday if I do have the goods of my heart. There's your no information. Case
Okay,
dismissed.
so, Mr. Grigori, that's a no information. Unless you're being held on something else, you're going to be released on this charge.
Okay.
Because the state is not going to, at this point, decided not to file on it.
Great, thank you.
All right?
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes, Your Honor. He's still going to be held on a fugitive from justice warrant.
Oh, yeah,
So he won't
that's
be.
not good.
I have a
That's
question.
bad. Yeah, you got a fugitive from justice arrest warrant, so that's something you're gonna have to deal with separately. But as to this charge, You're not being held on it anymore.
Great, sir. Can I ask one question?
Sure.
How long am I held here for extradition to Louisiana?
Who is it? Where is it the warrant's from?
Louisiana. Louisiana?
Oh, I don't know.
is
You'll
it a-
be held for a while. Louisiana will be given a chance to come and get you, and if they don't, at some point in the process, you'll be brought back to court so we can talk about how much longer we're not going to hold you.
Okay, I just want to know, like, how long was you going
Yeah,
to be able to hold
there's
me?
no set
There's no
date.
set date? Okay,
It
thank you, sir.
varies from state to state. And Louisiana does all their transporting by horse and wagon.
Wow.
So it
That
takes
means
a little while for
long
them
time.
to get here.
All right.
And
Appreciate
then the
it.
weather affects the horses, of course, so sometimes that doesn't work very well.
All right, Your Honor, you have a good one.
You too. Good luck, sir. I bet Louisiana doesn't like me saying they transport by horse and wagon. What do you think?
No.
Think they're listening?
It's okay.
I lost my pen. Oh, there it is. On the floor. You know, I heard on NPR this or yesterday morning, I think it was, they were talking about people who specifically speak Cherokee, the original Cherokee language, and that somewhere, I think in Oklahoma probably, that they decided that those people needed to get the vaccine expedited because there's not that many of them, and if they go as a result of COVID, then that language disappears. So initially I thought, then I said, that makes sense. Or at least it makes sense to me. So, what do we got here? This is 2021 MM113. What's your name, sir?
DeAndre Antonio Jackson.
Okay. Mr. Jackson, you're charged with petty theft. And, it's charged as an M2. You got one pending that you're out on some release on from November 29th. And where we at? We're at the Circle K, BP gas station, 6942 West Sand Lake. You do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm not going to take any action on the one you're out on, which, that could get sticky. However, on the new petty theft charge, my inclination is to set your bond a little higher because you're out on bond for the same thing. So your bond is going to be $750 on this one, and you're going to be ordered not to return to the BP at 6942 West Sand Lake. You're to have no contact with any of the witnesses involved in the case, also as a condition of release. You understand, sir?
Yes.
What was his bond amount, Your Honor? Oh,
Yeah, I'm not taking any action on any of those
thank you.
in the event. So, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Larry Smith is behavior, Your Honor. I'm sorry, we already did him on the one.
All right. My next one is Tony Chandler. Does that look like it ought to be it?
He does.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Tony Chandler.
All right. Let's see, in 21 MO57AO, you're charged with disorderly conduct, which is a city ordinance violation. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
The offer is a withhold credit for time served.
All right. So the state is offering to resolve your case today if you want to enter a plea of no contest, and it'll be a withhold of adjudication and, what else do you say? Court costs? Yeah.
Yes.
Do you understand that? Yes?
Yes, sir.
You think you might like to accept that offer?
Yes, sir.
All right. so I need you to raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're entering a plea of no contest to a disorderly conduct charge,
Yes, sir.
and do you believe that's in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand that by entering the plea, you waive your right to have a trial?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions or concerns?
No, sir.
All right. I'll find your plea is free and voluntary. I'll accept your plea. Withhold adjudication of guilt. Order that you pay court costs. Well, do you have any income of any sort?
No,
You
sir.
get Social Security or anything?
Not this time.
No?
Not this time.
Okay, well then, the court costs get assessed. I'll give you a year to pay them. If you find out you can't pay them within that time period, you can always check with the clerk, maybe get involved in one of the programs to work it off, or set up some sort of minimal payment schedule, okay? Good luck, sir. Boy, y'all supervisor was really rocking and rolling this morning back there. She was having a lot of fun. She just has that great personality. Just,
She's always like that.
she's gonna make life kind of fun for whoever's around her, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I like her. Seen her for a million years. All right, let's see. What's your name?
Cristel Costa Hernandez.
Cristiza Naher Acosta Hernandez. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. You got an out-of-county warrant. It's out of Seminole County on a petty theft charge with a bond of $500. And looks like there's another one here. Yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same warrant.
Yeah, I only have one.
So you do have a bond of $500 and the warrant's out of Seminole. Do you understand that? Okay, well, good luck.
Any action on her out on bond, Your Honor?
Yeah, no action on that. No. Okay, this is 20 CF 3417. Your name?
Angel Cosme.
All right, Mr. Cosme, you have some out-of-county warrants here out of, let's see, Osceola County. Sale and delivery of heroin, bond $5,000, delivery of drug paraphernalia, ROR, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, ROR. So the big one is the $5,000 bond on count one on the Osceola County charges. Do you understand all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can bond or not, wait till Osceola comes and gets you, right? All right, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
All right, what do we got here? 2020, 2021? No, that's 2020. 218180. Your name, sir?
Joshua Leaster.
Okay, I've got a Javante Gordon
Bonded, Your Honor.
bonded, okay. All right, this is a VOP, sir. Case number 2019 CF 3391. And looks like it's a on-view violation. Yeah. So, and you're a violent felony offender of special concern. You're classified that way, so presently you're being held no bond. I'm not at liberty to disturb that, so you'll continue to be held no bond pending further order of the court that has the probation case. And I don't see an affidavit of insolvency. Do you have a private attorney in that case?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna get one.
You're gonna get your own attorney?
Well, I have one, but
Okay, well, that's why we'll not appoint the public defender, because you're getting a private attorney. Now, you had a question?
the case said 2019. I'm currently on probation from 2020. That means the charge was before I was on probation. So I don't get why I'm holding for probation with a VOP.
I really didn't understand most of what you said.
I'm saying like.
Can you say it a little slower and maybe a little louder?
I'm saying that if the case from 2019, I don't get why I'm holding for VOP, and I was on probation in 2020.
A lot of paperwork in it. Yeah, not like being downtown though, where there's no paperwork. So,
Ready, Your Honor.
all right. Good luck, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jason Leach, your reviews, Your Honor.
Well, that's well, actually, that's an out-of-county warrant. Out of Lake County, I think. And they say they will extradite, and they've ordered no bond on that, so no need to see them on a later date. This is a mess already. All right, this one is 19202 CT, out-of-county warrant. What's your name?
Raisa Rivera Pizarro.
All right. Ms. Pizarro, this is a warrant out of Lake County. VOP, Dwillis, no bond, and let's see, you do qualify, so I'm going to appoint the PD for you locally, but you'll continue to be held no bond, at least for now, on the Lake County warrant. And you're out on bond on a trafficking in oxycodone, driving while license suspended as a subsequent offender, no motor vehicle registration. I'm going to take no action on those cases. We'll leave them the way they are. Okay?
Okay.
And I've appointed the PD for you, so if you have any questions, you can ask your lawyer.
That's who? Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Steve Simpless.
All right. This is 20 CF 981. These are out-of-county warrants out of Osceola County. Let's see, what do we got? Burglary of an occupied dwelling, $5,000. Grand theft from a dwelling, $150. Dealing in stolen property, $150. False owner info to pawnbroker, bond, $150. So you got bonds on the things at that rate, and so you have the ability to bond, sir. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think because you got bonds, there's no need for me to appoint a public defender for you here locally. We'll let you deal with that in Osceola County. All right?
Okay.
Good luck. Okay. I can certainly do that. Okay, some in-jail arraignments, huh?
Heather Nichols, is medical?
Okay. Well, he has the public defender. You want to waive her appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, we enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, not guilty. It's Division 81, so pretrial conference.
I think it's the Division 81.
Yeah, it's 81.
Division 81, VOP status, February 1st at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
Okay, and Edwin Joaquin Bermudez,
He was TOT to Seminole County.
TOT, Seminole County, yeah. Mary Elizabeth Dunnigan.
Yes, sir.
The offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return, cost of investigation of $116 to the Orlando Police Department.
All right. Do you understand that offer, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I do, and I would like to accept it.
Okay. And raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're entering a plea of what? No contest or guilty?
No contest, I
All
believe.
right. That's to a charge of trespassing a conveyance. Do you believe it's in your best interest to enter that plea?
Yes, sir, I do.
And, okay, well, you understand the offer, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. I'll accept your plea, find it's free and voluntary, adjudicate you guilty of the charge, sentence you to time served. No return to, where are we no returning to?
Looks like Lake Como Circle.
All right. No return to Lake Como Circle for any illegal or ulterior purposes.
Okay.
You're going to be ordered to pay court costs and $116 to OPD for their cost of investigation. Can you pay that at $5 a month?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay. Why don't we make your first payment due February the 1st?
Okay, sir.
And then each month thereafter until paid in full, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, well, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see, I've got a Rashad Dwayne Jackson.
He's medical, Your Honor.
Medical. All right, he does have the PD.
Defense will enter a plea of not guilty.
Huh?
The defense will enter a plea of not guilty.
All right. And that's in Division 50. Ah, the Great and Powerful Oz in Division 50. And what does the Great and Powerful Oz have for a pretrial?
Pre-trial conference, February 8th at 2 p.m., courtroom 7C.
2 p.m. 7B. Now, what an odd time for a pretrial, 2 p.m. Okay, case number is 21 CF 200AO and 2021 CF 165. What's your name, sir?
Kevin Adams, Mr. Brewer.
Let's see, what do we got? Charges in, this is in 21-200. False ID given to a law enforcement officer, grand theft, using a vehicle with damage to property?
Using a
And
vehicle.
resisting without violence. And then in the other case, that being 21-165 is escape or attempting to escape. And then 2021 MM 112, resisting without violence. 2021 167, grand theft less than 750. Well, grand theft 750 less than $5,000, and grand theft of a motor vehicle. So, you understand all those charges, sir?
I understand all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. Looks like you qualify for the public defender based on the affidavit of insolvency. Do you want me to appoint the PD for you?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go ahead and appoint the PD for you. All right, going back to the beginning, let's start with the in 21-200, finding probable cause for the three charges, your bonds are going to be set at 150 on count one, 5,000 is to count two, 100 as to count three. In 2021-165 on the escape charge, I'll set your bond on that one at $10,000.
Yes, sir.
And in 2021 MM112, which is resisting without violence, bond will be set at $100.
Yes, sir.
And in 2021 CF167, the grand theft charge bond is $1,000, and the grand theft motor vehicle $150.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've appointed the public defender for you to represent you in these cases.
Yes, sir.
So if you have any questions, it'd be best if you directed them to your attorney.
Yes, sir. Do you know when they will be coming to see me sometime soon?
Pardon me?
They will be coming to see me sometime soon?
Yes, they'll get with you in the next couple of days.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry, what was the bond on the escape? For attempted escape?
Which one?
The escape count?
Oh, $10,000.
Thank you.
All right, we're
Yes,
done.
sir.
Good luck, sir.
My email to you.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name?
Adrian Alley Halls.
All right, Mr. Holtz. In 2021 CF 157, you're charged with burglary of a structure and criminal
I'm innocent.
mischief. Do you
I'm
understand those charges?
Yes.
Do you understand what you're charged with, sir?
Yes.
All right. According to the affidavit of insolvency you filed, you do qualify for the public defender. So, any objection to me appointing the public defender for you? All right, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender. Finding probable cause for the charges. On the burglary charge, bond per the schedule is $3,500. I'm gonna set your bond on that one at
Excuse me, but
$1,000.
burglary, like somebody grabs your nuts and then tells you you can stay at a place, and then you break it in just to go to sleep because they
Sir,
trap you.
if I were you, I wouldn't talk about, I wouldn't say anything else.
You probably want to confine your comments to your attorney.
Okay, you're my attorney, okay.
But the bond on the burglary charge is going to be $1,000, and then the criminal mischief is going to be $150, and no return to the Hotel Quality Inn at 9350 Turkey Lake Road as a condition of release. Do you understand, sir? Okay. If you have any questions, direct them to your attorney, sir.
Could I apply for an OR? Will that take forever? OR?
No, we'll have to do it now. You know, I'll return the call, but someone will be getting in contact with you.
I can call that number?
Yeah, call that number.
1827 Silver Star Road.
Your Honor, he wasn't able to qualify for pretrial release because they were unable to verify community ties. Can I have a moment to speak with the pretrial attorney?
Sure. Why don't we do it this way? Because it's going to be difficult to get him qualified for PTR based under those circumstances. What I can say is those are the bonds, the no return order applies either way. But if he qualifies, I have no objection to mental health pretrial release.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir.
Your Honor.
All right, next case is 2021 CF 193. And your name, sir?
Casey Raynard Lee.
Raynard.
Yes, sir.
Casey Raynard Lee, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Lee, you're charged with attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling and criminal mischief. Do you understand those charges?
Not exactly, but
Pardon me?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't really understand, the
You're
nature
saying
of
you don't understand the charges?
No, I don't really I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand where they stem from.
Well, I'm not going to read the whole charging affidavit to you.
Yeah, I haven't read it myself. That's what I'm saying.
You don't. When you say you don't understand where they came from,
Right. I can say this, if I may. I'm sorry. If I may. I was trying to get some water. No, I apologize. Go ahead. All right, yeah, I'm sorry.
well, I read the charging affidavit. The charging affidavit does support the charges. It supports a finding of probable cause. So you do qualify for the public defender. So I'm going to appoint the PD to represent you.
Thank you.
Your bond's on the attempted burglary of a dwelling. That bond I'll set at $1,500.
Okay.
And then on the criminal mischief, the bond is $150.
Okay.
You're going to be ordered not to return to the property located at 1247 Lescott Lane
Okay.
as a condition of your release. You're to have no contact with the victim or victims or witnesses in the case.
Yes, sir.
You understand, sir?
I do.
All right, well, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, case numbers 21 CF 198, and your name, please.
Erica Morgan?
Erica Nicole Morgan?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that correct? All right. Well, charges are what? Burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, contributing to delinquency of a minor, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
I don't know about that, contributing to a minor. He had his own. Oh, okay. All right.
All right, now, according to your affidavit of insolvency, you do qualify for the public defender. So any objection to me appointing the public defender for you? I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender. You're out on bond on a robbery charge from November 11th of last year.
Yeah, I'm not on bond
Let's
though.
don't talk about that, okay? I'm just telling you it's there, all right?
All right.
It's in your best interest not to talk about it. As to the new charges, I do find probable cause. Bonds are $3,500 on the burglary charge, $100 on the petty theft, $100 on the contributing to delinquency, and $100 on the possession of drug paraphernalia. And no return to the property located at 5769 Kingsgate Drive, number or letter F. And as I indicated, I'm not taking any action on the one you're out on bond on, so I'm going to leave that as is. If you have any questions, you want to direct them to your attorney, okay? All right, good luck. These are all like mental health things, huh? They seem to be.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Probably a good idea.
I don't even know what he knew about this. I had watched him look this in the middle of all day. That's this morning, that's what I thought. I was like, if you were not on my list. Steven said no. I think Steven said no. Maybe. Yes, thank you.
All right, next case is 2019 CF 13943. This is a failure to appear, Division 11, on a possession of a controlled substance offense. Defendant failed to appear for a plea and sentence on September 10th, 2020. That court in Division 11 revoked your release status, bond, whatever status you had at that point, and ordered you held no bond on the failure to appear. Do you understand? Tell me your name. Say your name out loud.
LaQuisha Stevenson.
Okay. All right, now, did Ms. Stevens have the public defender by any chance? Okay. Well, you're represented by the Office of the Public Defender. The way you avoid not appearing is you stay in touch with your lawyer. You call them every once in a while, so they can tell you when you need to be in court, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck.
So I don't have no bond still.
You have no bond.
So do I'll just send Joe
Yeah.
for 30 days?
Till the court in Division 11, I expect your lawyer will call the case up for a bond hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And so until that occurs, yeah, you're kind of in jail.
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. She was bright, bubbly. And let's see, up next is 2020 CF 2621. Your name, sir?
Joseph Suggs.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Suggs.
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
All right.
All right, well, Mr. Suggs, you got a couple of failures to appear here for a plea hearing on October 20th of last year in Division 20, possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia. The court in Division 20 issued a capias when you didn't show up and set your bond at no bond as to both charges.
Yes, sir.
Now, you do qualify for the public defender, sir.
Uh-huh.
So the PD was previously appointed for you, so you got a lawyer. What you don't want to do is try to argue this thing yourself. You want to let your lawyer do your talking, okay?
Oh, I just want to say one thing. The reason why I didn't show up to court because I was in the hospital.
Were you?
Yes,
See,
sir.
now that's what your lawyer's going to look into for you. And once he can get a hold of those records, or she can get a hold of those records, then they're going to show those to the court, and the court will take care of this thing for you.
Is it any kind of way that I can get a bond?
Not today. You got to see the judge in the division that issued the capias. Good luck, sir. I think that's a fair and legitimate question under the circumstances. So, let's see, where are we at next? 20 CF 8694. And your name, sir?
Gary Macon.
Mr. Macon, looks like you're being held on a violation of probation. And by the way, looking at the affidavit, you do qualify for the public defender. Let's see what we got here.
But this is not another charge because I was just in here yesterday.
Well, yeah, this is what's called an on-view violation.
Yeah.
And, you know, it kind of complicates matters that you're classified as a violent felony offender of special concern. That means once it's there, that no bond, the only court that can really talk to you about giving you a bond is the court in Division 11. So that's the division the case is assigned to. You do have the public defender representing you, and I suspect they'll be calling that up for a bond hearing.
So this is
all right.
One question. This is pertaining to my violation of probation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's a really thick thing to see stuff. Virgo or brown?
Virgos. Virgos. Oh, cut and paste of this.
Well, did we run out of defendants before we ran out of files? No? Okay, good deal.
Oh, that's good.
That one?
Yep, the one I picked.
All right. Let's see, counsel, your appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Hope you're doing well today. Michael Mackin on behalf of the defendant. Good to see you.
You too. And let's see what we got here. So this is Ms., how do you pronounce that last name?
Haimraj?
Haimraj, got it. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
The charge is driving while license suspended, death, serious injury. Yeah. And, you know, she qualifies for pretrial release. What do you think?
No, Your Honor, I gave you the updated copy
Oh, that's
earlier.
the one where she didn't.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
I spoke with the state about it. She's entitled to a bond. I think the bail bond schedule calls for a $5,000 bond, so the the court can order that, we'd appreciate it.
She's got little or nothing in the way of a history.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't I set the bond at, say, $1,500?
Sure.
And
Thank you,
in
Your Honor.
order that you absolutely do not drive without a valid driver's license.
Yes, sir.
So, and your attorney will explain all that to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else I can do for you, counsel?
Your Honor, I saw on the inmate search, I know it probably might get cleared up, but is there any other holds of any kind on this one?
Let's see.
It's
I
a
don't see
DNA
any.
hold.
She has what?
A DNA hold?
They want to
DNA.
take her DNA.
Yes.
Okay, so they'll take her DNA at some point
Yep.
today?
Once the DNA is taken, she looks like she's free to bond.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Not a problem. Good
And
to see you.
you as well. And Your Honor, I appreciate how you handled that one hearing when you did the domestic relations case. So I appreciate how you handled that. And, you know, if I get a chance to say, you know, if I get a chance to give feedback, then, you know, that's when I do it. So,
Well, terrific. Thanks.
yeah, definitely.
I've done a lot of those in the
Really?
last couple of years.
Wow, that's interesting.
I feel like I've assigned myself to domestic violence,
Mhm.
but you know what? I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
stuff, you know, it's got to be done, and I'd rather do that than trials anyway.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Well, thanks again and appreciate how you just handled that. That was great.
All right. Thank you, sir. Take care. Good luck to you, young lady.
Have a great day, Judge.
All right.
I wasn't rushing up to say.
Okay, let's see. I'm thinking no. So, next case I'm showing is 2021 CF 149. And what's your name?
Name is Wendy Bailey.
Wendy Bailey. Okay. Well, the new charges that you got are aggravated assault with a firearm and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
That's a lie, Your Honor. I ain't never had no firearm.
Let's see. What do we got here?
I'm just trying to get a bond so I could fight it on the outside, please.
And then you're out on bond on a grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, grand theft third degree of a firearm, driving while license suspended or revoked with knowledge, burglary of a conveyance, grand theft third degree of a firearm. Okay. And let's see, you do qualify for the public defender, sir. Do you want me to appoint the PD for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes? Okay, I'll go ahead and appoint the PD. The aggravated assault with a firearm currently is set no bond. Really?
Yes, Your Honor.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the bond on that one at $150. And
Thank
then
you
your
very
bond on the
much, Your Honor.
possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, I'll stay at $4,000. You're ordered to have no weapons on or about your person as a condition of your release. Any weapons you own or regularly have access to, you're ordered to turn over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours of your release. And no contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. Now, in 2020 CF 14692, grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, grand theft third degree of a firearm. I'm revoking your bonds on those.
I
I'm
didn't.
going to order you held no bond on those charges, pending further order of the court in Division 15. As to the Dwillis with knowledge, no action on that one. Bond stays as it is. And as to 21 CF 149AO, burglary of a conveyance, grand theft third degree of a firearm, I'm revoking your bond and release status there, ordering you held no bond pending further order of the court in Division 10.
So does that mean I
You got
cannot
the
bond?
public defender. That's your lawyer. That's who you want to talk to now, okay?
Does that mean I cannot bond out?
Yeah, you can't bond out, so I'm going to contact the attorneys assigned to that case, and they're gonna have to, file bond motions to see if we get that bond instated, but as of now, yeah, so you got, on those two out bond cases that he told you, he revoked them. The attorney assigned your case to, get with you.
There we go. Let's see. Next case is 2020 CF 12492. And your name, sir?
Joe Brewer.
Joe Brewer?
Yes.
Let's make it real clear. Are you and I related?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Brewer. Yeah, you got a violation of pretrial release on a cocaine, failed to comply. You're supposed to report bi-weekly by telephone. You failed to complete the required bi-weekly calls. Several attempts made to reach you, didn't happen. So that court in Division 22 revoked your release status as to both of those and set bonds in the amount of $2,500 as to count one, $500 as to count two, and specifically ordered no ROR or PTR. Now, if you didn't have an attorney, you do qualify for the public defender, so I'll appoint the PD for you at this time. You have the additional charge of having an open container of alcohol, and I do find probable cause for that. That's 21 MO60AO. Bond will be set on that one at $100.
Yes.
So you got bonds on everything.
No.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Brewer?
No, sir.
Talk to your lawyer.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Bond was paid at 250, right, on the
No, I lowered it to 100.
100?
His name is Brewer. What else could I do? Serious. All right, where are we at? Uh, 2021 CF 177. Yes. Some revocations, are they? Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, the charge is possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, what's your name, sir?
Cyrus Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, do you understand the charges I just read?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, you do qualify for the public defender, sir. So you want me to appoint PD for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also have a charge of disorderly conduct, 21 MO61, which I find probable cause for as well. As to the possession of methamphetamine, the bond is $1,000. The possession of drug paraphernalia, $100. I'll set the bond on the disorderly conduct at $100 as well. I've appointed the PD for you on all of them. Now, unfortunately for you, I've been handed 2 revocations of your pretrial release on the cases that you're out on PTR on, which was a possession of MDMA and drug paraphernalia.
No objection to no action, Your Honor.
Well,
That's just state's position, Your Honor.
what?
I said, that's just the state's position.
Yeah, I understand. I was just reading the paper. You know what? Let's do this. I'm not going to revoke those. In fact, I'm going to sign the piece of paper saying not revoking. because I'm taking into consideration the terms of release on the new charges. I'm going to increase your bond on the new charges from $1,000 on the possession of methamphetamine to $5,000, and on the possession of drug paraphernalia to $500. But I'm not revoking your PTR on the ones you're out on PTR on. Understand?
Not really.
What don't you understand?
You're not revoking your out of bond, but you increase the bond and the charges that you arrest on.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense, but I'm indigent anyway. Nobody's gonna come bond me out. So
I can't understand what you're saying.
it's not important. It's not relevant, sir.
All right. Good luck, sir. Thank you. Let's see, and, ooh, that's a thick piece of paper. So in case number 2020 CF 14332 AO, what's your name?
Jennifer Brown.
All right, Ms. Brown, in that case, pursuant to an arrest warrant, you're charged with trafficking in fentanyl, more than 4 grams, and trafficking in methamphetamines, more than 28 grams. The judge who signed the warrant found probable cause for those charges. Set your bonds at $25,000 as to each count.
State has no objection to reducing the bond on count, well, 1 to 10,000 and count 2 to 150.
Okay. So $10,000 is to count 1, 150 is to count 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Got it. And then you're out on bond on a possession of cocaine, possession of MDMA from 11/17. That bond amount must have been reduced too, because it shows $1,150.
No objection, no action on that, on the out on bond.
Yeah, as opposed to 50, 25, 25, 70, well, that would have been a chunk of change. So no action on the out on bond. And last but not least, you do qualify for the public defender. Do you want me to appoint the PD to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have 2 of the cases, Your Honor.
I got 2 of them, I think.
I thought we only did one for.
Yeah, that one I did. That was the, oh, I see. Is that a new one?
Yeah, she's a 5-count one as well.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got 2020 CF 14333.
Yes, no objection to 10,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, 150 on count 3, 150 on count 4, and 150 on count 5.
All right. So I'll set the bonds as the state just indicated. That's in 14333. Now, did you say there was another one in here?
Should
from
be
your
at
address?
FTA 7148.
Let's see, an FTA.
There's more. There's more.
Let's see. Ah, there it is. Then you've got a failure to appear on a driving while license suspended in 2020 CT 7148.
Yes,
The
sir.
bond on that one is $200.
That's the only one I was aware about. And I did have a lawyer for that one.
That's the only one you were worried about?
No, I was aware about. That's the only one that I knew about. That which was a mistake. I did have a lawyer for that one, and he said on Thursday it should have been
Now,
taken
we
care
have a
of.
lawyer for these new ones too. I've appointed the PD for you.
Okay.
So you probably don't want to talk to me about it. You want to talk to your lawyer.
Yes, sir.
All right? Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. next case number is 2020 CF 15060. And what's your name, sir?
Jonathan Tony Burgos.
All right, Mr. Burgos, the charge is child abuse. This is pursuant to an arrest warrant. And court that reviewed that arrest warrant found probable cause for the charge, ordered you held no bond until you came today for your first appearance.
Yes, sir.
Now, you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
For at this moment, yes, sir. For this moment, yes, sir.
Yes?
Yeah, till
Okay.
I find a lawyer.
I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender. So, now when you speak, I need you near that microphone and speak loudly so I can hear.
Yeah, I was watching you earlier on video. I know the microphone's not working.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the microphone or something in the system up here.
Got you.
But at any rate, what's your name?
My name is Christina Iwanowicz. I am the mother of the minor.
Yes.
Mr. Burgos is my boyfriend, and Daniel Blake, who is my son, he's currently having behavioral issues, and I mean, it was all over a video game controller.
How old is your son?
He's 15 years old.
15?
Correct, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
And me and Jonathan currently have a case plan that's in the process with the department, and I need him there to help me so that we can get everything going for the kids.
Well, I mean, there's going to be a separate case now with
Yeah,
DCF based on this. so-
correct.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I looked at the affidavit of the warrant, and so, care to be heard on a bond, State?
I'll leave it in court's discretion.
Okay. Why don't I set the bond at $1,000? And now, you all live together, right?
Correct. My son is currently placed somewhere else at the moment.
Right. It's probably in everybody's best interest to keep the two of them separate for a
Yeah,
while. Wouldn't you agree?
that's what's going on at the moment.
All right, so I'll set the bond as I indicated. I am going to order that you have no contact with that child. Now, I understand you're going to be working with the mom with the case that DCF is cranking out. So it's no contact other than contact that is necessitated by the DCF case and possibly this criminal case.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
Have
Okay.
him comply with whatever the DCF plan winds up
Yep.
being.
And also you'll be ordered to abide by whatever DCF plan that they
Okay.
come up with.
That's fine with me.
And their findings. So,
Okay.
do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
That
you
gonna
so
work for
much.
you?
Yes.
All right. Anything
right.
else I can do for you?
No, I'm gonna head out and try to get him out so that because we have therapy, so hopefully I can find a bondsman to pay to get him out.
There's a whole bunch of them right across
Yeah, I
the
know.
street.
I'm gonna head that way. Love you, babe.
They're over there just waiting for you to show up.
I bet.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 0. Okay, it looks like, well, first of all, what's your name?
Alexander Castillo.
All right, looks like your bonds have been endorsed in several cases. That would be 20 CF 12355 and 12353. Yeah. So you understand what that means, your bonds being endorsed?
My girlfriend explained to me that Mike Snap came off of my bond. So basically I have to get a different bondsman.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your bonds haven't changed.
Yes, sir.
And these cases are set for a pretrial on February 4th.
Yes, sir.
In Division 12 at 1:30. Yeah. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
find a different bondsman to post your bond.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Did he not have a lawyer?
I don't think so. He bonded out before he made it 5.
Yeah, so to get on the turn.
Okay.
All right, next case is 2021 CF 181. And your name?
Hinton Combs.
Mr. Combs, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There is probable cause, according to the charging affidavit. And you also qualify for the public defender, sir. Would you like to have the PD appointed?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll appoint the PD for you. Bond is currently $2,500. And you're going to be ordered, in addition to the bond, to have no contact with the victim or victims.
Okay.
As a condition of release. You'll have no weapons
Absolutely.
on or
No.
about your person
No.
as a condition of release.
No, I did not.
Any weapons that you own or regularly have in your possession.
Absolutely not.
You are to turn into the sheriff's department within 24 hours you're released from custody.
Okay, sir.
Understand?
I do understand,
You
sir.
understand you got a lawyer. If you have questions, that's who you want to talk to.
I understand completely. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
2,500. Let's see, next case is 2021 CF 176. And your name, please?
Jeremy Lionel Gilbert.
All right, Mr. Gilbert, you're charged with grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, possession cocaine, and destruction of evidence. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, having read the affidavit, I do find probable cause for the charges. I also reviewed your affidavit of insolvency. You do qualify for the public defender, so I'm going to go ahead and appoint the PD for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're also out on bond on a possession of cocaine with a weapon or firearm by a convicted felon, or possession of a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, possession of cocaine, destruction of evidence.
State will request that bond be revoked.
You requested it be revoked?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that was my inclination, was to revoke that bond. If you didn't have an attorney in that case, I'll appoint the PD for you on that one as well. Your bonds on the new charges are $2,500 is to count 1, $150 is to count 2, $100 as to count 3. For the bonds, I'm going to revoke those. You got 4 of them there, and order you to be held no bond pending further order of the court in Division 17 where those cases are pending. And the PD appointment is for both the revocations and the new charges. So you're going to want to talk to your lawyer about a bond hearing.
I can ask you something. Ain't no way they can, like, the new charges, at least revoke the bond on my new charges and keep my old? Instead of revoking the bond on my old charges, can you revoke the bond on my new charges?
No,
No. I've given you a bond on the new charge and revoked it on the old ones.
Your Honor, the defendant also has reporting requirements.
Ah, yes. In addition to all of that, you have what are called reporting requirements, that having to report a change of address. Does that ring a bell?
No. Well, sort of.
You have to report to, what is it, FDLE and
Sheriff's Office?
Department of Motor Vehicles? Or
Yes.
whoever it is you report to. You understand that you have reporting requirements?
So that's like when I get out?
Yes, when you get out of jail, you have to report the arrest as a change of address.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good luck. Oh, in every time. Well, what do we got? 2021 CF 192. What's your name?
Christopher Heitzman.
How about Rosita Gregor? Bonded, okay. You said Christopher Heitzman, right?
Correct.
All right, in 2020 CF 8853, you got some failures to appear. Says you failed to appear for a trial management conference on December 17th. That court revoked whatever your release status was or your bonds, set the new bonds at $7,500 as to count 1, $1,000 as to count 2, $5,000 as to count 3, $100 as to count 4, and I don't see an affidavit of insolvency. Do you intend to hire your own attorney?
I have a public defender though.
PD previously? Okay.
The previous
PD
one.
was previously appointed, so you have the PD representing you in that case.
Right now, can I say something?
And then you're out on bond on a burglary of a dwelling and a petty theft from July of last year. I'm gonna take no action on that one, but you're gonna have to post bonds on the new stuff.
Well, the court date that I had for December 17th, I went to the courthouse and the lady that was out there told me that it was rescheduled for February 2nd.
Did you talk to your lawyer after that?
I did.
We gotta address that with the judge who issued the failure to appear, because he didn't do it, so he's not gonna touch it. We gotta.
And Your Honor, are you taking no action on all his out on bonds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no way of reinstating it. I can get it now. I have to sit here now. That's what you're saying.
Thank you, sir. These are multiple cases, goodness gracious. A bunch of them, huh? All right, next case number is 2018 CF 80. What's your name?
Cassandra Renee Holly.
All right, Ms. Holly, pursuant to informations that are filed as a result of an arrest warrant, you're charged with petty theft with 2 prior convictions, 2 counts. Do you understand those?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, the warrant sets your bonds at $5,000 on count 1, 100 as to count 2, and you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the PD for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll appoint the PD for you.
Say there's no objection to reducing the bonds to 1,500 as to count one and 100 and leaving count two as is.
May I speak? I'm from prison and I have 19 months left. And I was trying to see if I can not waste taxpayers' dollars and stuff and just go ahead and see if you guys are willing to run it concurrent with what I already have.
What I can do is I can send an email to the ASA that has the case.
Yes, ma'am.
To let them know, since we can't resolve it today, but I will send them an email right now.
Okay,
informing them of that information.
At present, I'm going to reduce the bond on the count one from $5,000 to $1,000 and leave it at $100 on count two.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the state's going to be kind enough to contact your ASA and see what their thoughts are about it.
Yes, sir.
And we'll have to get back with you on that. 'Cause
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure she won't get an answer today.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'd send your colleague an email too, so at least they know as well that she wants.
All right, your name, sir?
Charles Jackson, sir.
All right, Mr. Jackson, in 21 CF 195, you're charged with possession of heroin with a weapon, carrying a concealed firearm, possession of methamphetamine, and possession of heroin.
Jesus.
So, finding probable cause for those charges, the possession of heroin with a weapon, that bond I'll set at $5,000. Carrying a concealed firearm, $150. Possession of meth, $150. And possession of heroin, $150. Now, you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the PD for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll do that. Now, you're out on bond on a fleeing or attempting to elude and reckless driving, driving while license suspended. Looks like you got a $5,000 bond there. And then you got a battery, DV, resisting without violence, criminal mischief, possession heroin, possession drug paraphernalia, and trespass in an occupied structure.
You said I'm on bond for possession of heroin?
All right, on the fleeing or attempting to elude, I'm going to revoke your bond to $5,000, set a new bond on the fleeing and eluding at $10,000, on the reckless driving at $5,000, on the driving while license suspended at $1,000. No action on the battery, DV, resisting without and criminal mischief. On the possession of heroin, looks like you currently got a bond of $1,000. I'll revoke those bonds, that and the paraphernalia charge. The heroin charge, that bond will become $2,500, paraphernalia $500, and then trespass in an occupied structure, no action on that one. So, you got bonds on everything. It's a lot, but you got them.
Sir, you said I have a bond
You also
already.
have the public defender, so you may want to consider talking to your lawyer instead of me.
I don't know, got no other heroin.
Good luck, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next case numbers 2021 CF 191 and 2021 CT 152. Looks like there might be a number 2 here somewhere. And 2021 MM $119. I think I said that twice. In the felony case, the charge is possession of cocaine. What's your name?
No, Joseph Medina.
Isaac.
Oh, yeah, wrong person.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded, okay, sorry. Kind of know when I look up and I see that puzzled look. When
Yeah.
It's probably wrong. All right, so bonded.
Joel Lopez Morales.
Yeah.
Refused.
Okay, well, refuse. I'll treat that as a voluntary waiver of his right to appear at first appearance. Bonds are possession of cocaine, $150, possession of fentanyl, $1,000, possession of drug paraphernalia, $150. Finding probable cause, I'll stay the bonds in that amount. Also appears that Lopez Morales qualifies for the public defender, so I'll appoint the public defender to represent him. And
I said, yeah, they were gonna count that.
there you go. Oh, goodness. So you are Medina?
Yes, sir.
All right. Joseph Brian Medina. All right. Let's see. Out on bond on resisting without and reckless. And then pursuant to a warrant,
Yes, sir.
you have new charges of possession of the firearm by a convicted felon and possession of ammunition by a convicted felon. The court who reviewed the warrant and signed it found probable cause and set your bonds at $2,500 as to each account.
Yes, sir.
And let's see, looks like you qualify for the PD, so I'll appoint the PD to represent you, and no action on the case as you're out on bond.
Okay, so can I post bail now on the
Yeah,
new ones?
yeah.
Judge, I have to get out because my car's in a pound. My bail is already downstairs since yesterday. Can you have them like push it through if you can? My car got pounded because I was at court and I parked it in a meter, and then I had to come to jail. So now my car's in a pound, and nobody can get it out.
Oh,
So I've been bonded since yesterday, but I had to see you first.
right.
So
Because of the
bail,
out on bond.
the bail paper is downstairs for this one.
Ah, okay.
My question is, can you have them like make? It's been taking 10, 12 hours for people to get out.
You want me to do what?
See if they could put my bond in for this one,
Right.
or you can, I'm just
Pretrial
asking.
services, do you see that his bond is pending?
No.
No.
You just want to get out as quickly as you can.
Yes, because the car is another.
You know, it's an administrative function of corrections to process those things.
Okay.
And process you out.
Okay,
Obviously,
no.
they have a lot of people to deal with.
Already.
I would never, I mean, it'd have to be a rare circumstance.
Okay, no
that I would
problem.
order corrections to do things differently.
Alright, no problem.
So-
I'll just asking.
right.
Thank you though. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
I haven't bonded yet. I haven't, then no one posted a bond for you yet.
No, yeah, because yesterday I bonded yesterday, and they said I had to see the judge first, so they put it in his mailbox.
I'm thinking with him having a hold like that, corrections wouldn't even accept the bond, would they?
That's why they didn't process it, or they didn't put a bond pending in it, because he had to come to court.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was something in there about that, so, well, I don't guess you can blame somebody for wanting to get out of here as quickly as they can. That applies not only to the inmates, but the people that work here,
Amen. Amen.
or a woman.
That's true too. That's
As somebody said the other, somebody was telling me back there that, I guess it was Chuck Schumer said a prayer the other day, and at the end of it, he said, amen, and then he said, and a woman. That would certainly make Victoria Elizabeth happy. Okay, next case is 21 CF 199. And what's your name?
Akira Morris, sir.
All right, Ms. Morris, you're charged with, in that case, with burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. And you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint them to represent you?
Qualify for what?
Public defender?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I mean, yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender. And let's see what you got here. A couple fails, two misdemeanors, felonies. Okay. Bonds are $3,500 is to count one. $100 is to count two. $100 is to count three. And do not return to the scene of the offense. So, understand all that?
Can I ask about the first bond?
Sure.
Can I have it lowered a little bit, just
No,
a little
ma'am.
bit?
You got a history of failing to appear, so. bond
Failing to
stays with
appear, I always appeared.
Well-
I never.
Not reducing your bond, okay? Good luck. Thank you.
So you saying I had a failure to appear once?
Two of them. Indignant.
Reginald Morris, bond, Your Honor.
All right, Morris bonded. Bringing us to 2020 CF 165. I'm gonna bet there's something else in there. Yeah, let's take it apart. All right, your name, please?
Billy Neal, sir.
All right,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Neal.
Yes, sir.
In 2020 CF 165, I'm showing a failure to appear on a possession of a controlled substance. That is in Division 14. That was previously appointed, good. The failed to appear for a status hearing November 19th. The court in Division 14 has ordered you held no bond. And then in 2020 MM 1578, failure to appear on a possession of drug paraphernalia. That court issued a capias, such a bond at $1,000. And then you got a new charge, possession of synthetic cannabinoids. That's 21 CF 202. That bond is $1,000. I'll reduce that bond to $500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal, but you previously had the public defender appointed in your cases, but I'll appoint the PD on the new case based on the affidavit that you filed.
Yes,
And like
sir.
I said, you've already got the PD on the other cases.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Let's see, he's being held no bond on some of them.
Yes, the first one, just the first one.
I don't understand the, well, I
Charles
guess.
Nelson, refused, Your Honor.
All right, Charles Nelson, let's see what we got here. 2021 CF 166, possession of methamphetamine, possession of cannabis, possession of drug paraphernalia, finding probable cause for those charges. I'm gonna appoint the PD for them. And bonds are $1,000 is to count one, 100 each is to counts 2 and 3. And then, let's see, he's out on bond. Okay. Basically the same charges. He's out on bond in 2020 CF 5065. So, I'm gonna take no action on that. Increase his bonds on the new stuff to 2,500 is to count 1 and 500 each is to counts 2 and 3. And, okay, that'll do it for him. Let's see, next case is 2020 CF 441. And your name, sir?
Leo Nieves Ramirez.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, pursuant to a warrant signed by, I can't read the signature, wherein probable cause was found for the charges, you are charged with possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon, firing or discharging a, says machine gun, we'll say weapon, with bodily harm or damaged property, and possession of a short-barreled gun, rifle, or machine gun. Now, the judges signed the warrant, found probable cause for those charges, and I've reviewed your affidavit. You do qualify for the public defender. The bonds set in the warrant are $4,000 is to count 1, $10,000 is to count 2, $5,000 is to count 3. Understand?
Yes, sir.
They understand I've appointed the PD for you.
Yes, sir.
So any questions you have, you want to direct them to your attorney.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, next case is 2021-188. And your name?
Annette Ortega.
Okay, Ms. Ortega. In that case number I just read off, you are charged with resisting without violence. Understand that charge?
No understand.
All right. I do find probable cause for the charge. Bond is $1,000. Seems a little odd.
You here?
Okay. And then you've got some out-of-county warrants. Out of, where are we at? Looks like Jacksonville. And on the out-of-county warrants, the bonds are set at $25,003 as to count 1, $10,003 as to count 2. Yeah. Just one?
Just one case.
Okay. And you do qualify for the public defender, so for the local stuff, the resisting charge, and then you're out on bond on a grand theft third degree, and DL suspended. So I'm not inclined to take any action on what she's out on bond on. And so, counsel, did you want to be heard?
No, Your Honor. I want you to repeat the bonds. But I'm not-
Yeah, the resisting has a $1,000 bond. Can't figure out why. She's from Florida.
It's a felony, Your Honor, resisting with violence.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right. It is. That's why the bond's $1,000. And then the bond on the out-of-county warrants, $25,003 on count 1, $10,003 on count 2. Yeah, what'd I say?
I might have misunderstood.
Those, that's what I meant to say.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for looking out for me. All right. Good grief. You know, if there's such a thing as a sort of a yellow-orange tree out there, they took out a forest today. It's like the yellow-orange tree forest. It doesn't exist anymore. What's that Dr. Seuss book about the guy that wants to protect the trees?
The Giving Tree?
No, this
Come on,
is,
it takes-
I can't remember. I've seen it a couple times. Kind of cute.
State is gonna request that
What?
that we revoke the bonds.
Revoke?
Yes, we're asking for revocation.
All right, let me take a peek and see. So this is 2020 CF 13358. Your name, sir?
Good afternoon, Mr. Brewer. My name is Sean Pericles.
I didn't hear your name.
Sean Pericles.
Okay. All right, well, you're being held on a warrant. Well, the warrant charged you with burglary of a conveyance, petty theft, criminal mischief, and that judge, having found probable cause, set your bonds on those three charges. $3,500 is to count one, $150 each as to counts 2 and 3.
Yes, sir.
And then you have in 2021 MM123, you're charged with trespassing an unoccupied conveyance and resisting without violence.
Yes, sir.
Bond is to count 1. I'll stay at $500 is to count 2. I'll set it $100.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see, where we going here? It looks like, based on the affidavit of insolvency, you qualify for the public defender. And then you're out on bond on, this is in 2020 CF 4295, Division 17, burglary of a dwelling, petty theft, criminal mischief, resisting without violence. I'm going to revoke all those bonds and order you held no bond pending further order of the court in Division 17.
Excuse me, sir.
Then in Division, that's Osceola. No action on the Osceola case, but I'm revoking the local stuff. So, you have the PD on the new stuff, and you got the PD on the stuff you're already out on, so good luck, sir.
Sir, can I ask a question, please?
Well, you probably want to ask your lawyer.
The only thing we could do is try to file motions downtown, but you're gonna go to court. They're gonna
I know, I just gotta sit in here now.
He's sad. He's really sad. Yep, he's sadder than I thought he would. Sad in a very loud sort of way. Our next case is 2020 CF 3004. That's, what's your name, sir?
Javier Rivera Valle.
All right, well, okay, now pursuant to a warrant and a filed information, you are charged with burglary of dwelling, grand theft third degree, dealing in stolen property, receiving money from a pawnbroker by false verification, another dealing in stolen property, another receiving money from a pawnbroker, another dealing in stolen property, another receiving money from pawnbroker, dealing in stolen property, receiving money from pawnbroker, dealing in stolen property, receiving money from pawnbroker. That's a bunch. And like I said, an information has been filed respecting, 3 dealing in stolen property, 3 receiving money from a pawnbroker by false verification. So, I don't see where the state's filed on the burglary charge. I got an information that's been filed. You got 3 counts of dealing in stolen property, 3 counts receiving money from the pawnbroker by false verification.
Correct, Your Honor.
So,
We
the
can overrule
burglary
as
of
to
a
the burglary.
dwelling and the grand theft, not filed on, so ROR is to both of those. 3 of the dealing in stolen property, you take the first 3.
Okay, because it's probably different from the one.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Because that's what we had.
Right.
So it's the first 3 counts?
The first 3 counts of dealing in stolen property. Each one is an F2, so the first count of dealing in stolen property, bond will be set at $5,000. There's also 3 counts of receiving money from a pawnbroker by false verification. Again, take the first 3. The bond on that one will be $150, and then it'll be $150 on the other 2 of each. So you're gonna have $5,000 as to the first count.
So it's paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then $150 each down the line.
Okay.
Okay? Now, you understand all that?
Kind of, not really,
Well, what
sir.
don't you understand?
About the, how, like, I just want to know how can I get out today? How can I get out?
Well, yeah, you're gonna get some paper that'll tell you you've got a bond of $5,000 on one count, $150 each on the other 5 counts.
Okay.
You're not to return to the scene of any of the offenses. You're to have no weapons on or about your person, and I've appointed the PD for you.
And what about you were talking about the ROR? What is that?
Yeah, I ROR'd you on the other counts
Okay.
that are not filed on by the state,
Okay.
all right?
All right.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Huh?
I said those are the ones, because it's not numbered the same way.
Yeah. Well, if you look at it, and you do, that one would be ROR. That one would be ROR. That would be 5,000. That would be 150. And then 150, 150, 150, 150. And then ROR on the other one.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can straighten that out.
Okay.
It's a little confusing. You know, I was leaving my house yesterday morning and it was really foggy out on the east side. And I drive down roads where it's not unusual to have either a deer or a pig. And some of these pigs are big. Just suddenly appear in front of you on the road. So you kind of got to go slow. I mean, my daughter hit a deer out there one time and the front of my car looked like she had hit a tank. You'd be amazed at the damage that animal did.
Wow.
The other day I saw a vehicle over there. It was a big old dead pig laying on the side of the road, and the vehicle that had hit it was off to the side, clearly not operable anymore. I mean, it looked like it had hit a brick wall followed by a tank.
You gotta think, some of them could be between 200 and 500 pounds of just
Oh,
solid
yeah.
muscle.
You gotta be really careful when you're driving out there. A friend of mine was driving his motorcycle on Taylor Creek Road, which runs between 50 and 520 out there, at night, which I thought was really foolish, and he hit a deer. And the only thing that saved his life was there was a car coming the other way, and the car saw the light from the bike, and then that light just disappeared. So it was like Twilight Zone time. And so when they got down there, they slowed down, they saw the bike, and they got out and they started looking, searching the ditch alongside the road, and they found him in the ditch. And I don't know how long he was in the hospital for. It was months recovering from all that. And when it's foggy out there, you slow down. Okay, let's see. Next case is 2020 CF 14431. And what's your name?
Kayla Santiago.
Kayla Santiago. Is that correct?
Yes.
So what you got is violation of condition of pretrial release.
Yep.
And let's see, signed by Judge Wilson. Failed to comply with conditions of pretrial release. Alleged to have messaged the victim on January 2nd, 2021 through Facebook. So, Now, the judge who signed that revocation has ordered that this not be modified. If it's going to be modified, it's got to be modified by the judge that issued it. So presently, you're being held no bond as to both violations. And I will appoint the PD for you so that they can get you set up with a bond hearing, but for today's purposes, I can't modify it.
I have a question.
Sure, you want to ask your lawyer?
Please.
So stayed at no bond. Okay, next case number, 21 CF 205. And your name?
Kristen Swan.
All right, Ms. Swan, you're charged with neglect of a child, 2 counts indicating great bodily harm, and this is pursuant to a warrant which found probable cause for those charges. Now, it set your bonds at $7,500 as to each count, and your affidavit of insolvency indicates that you do not qualify for the public defender. So you're going to be talking to a private lawyer, I guess, right?
Okay.
That would be the good thing.
Okay.
Get a lawyer. All right, I'm going to leave the bond at $7,500 on count 1. Lower the bond as to count 2 to $150. You'd have no contact with the victim or victims. That would be the child or children that you're alleged to have neglected. And no unsupervised contact with any person under the age of 16 as additional conditions of release. Do you understand?
I do.
All right, do you have any questions?
I'm sorry, could you tell me what the bail is now?
What the what is?
The bond is now?
Yeah, it's $7,500 on count 1, $150 as to count 2.
And we're not appointed, am I correct, Your Honor?
No, she doesn't qualify.
Okay.
So, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Notice of invocation of constitutional rights.
It's my first time being in here.
All right, next case number is 2021 CF 183. Your name, sir?
Lucia Michael Thomas.
All right, Mr. Thomas, you're charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. And
You, sir. Oh, that's my car.
all right.
Oh, they can be in separate terms signed to the code.
Really? PTR. Kind of not comfortable with that.
Oh, my bad. I ain't know.
You know, you do qualify for the public defender, sir. You want me to appoint the PD for you?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender. Currently, you're being held no bond. Says you qualify for PTR. I'm not real comfortable with that charge and PTR. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. You're going to be ordered to have no contact with the victim or victims. You're to have no weapons on or about your person. Any weapons that you own or have regular access to, you're ordered to turn over to the Orange County Sheriff's Department within 24 hours you're released from custody. You're also not to return to the scene of the offense. Understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Garcia Rodriguez, refuser.
Okay. How about Willie Lorenzo Wright?
This is him on the wall.
Oh, I see. So that one refused. You said he refused. Okay, I'll get back to him. Let's see. Your name?
Willie Lorenzo Wright.
Actually, I just got totally screwed up. Okay, let's see. What do we got? All right, in 2021 CF 190, you're charged with grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, possession of cocaine, possession of a misdemeanor amount of marijuana, still a vehicle. And then you're also charged with no valid driver's license. That's in 2021 CT 153. And an out-of-county violation of probation, which looks like it's probably an on-view violation of probation.
So he just. Okay, so.
Yep, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, that's fine, okay. I didn't know.
That's from Volusia County, I think.
Thank you.
Okay, and you do qualify for the public defender. That is not necessarily for the out-of-county on-view violation of probation. That's for the local charges, for the public defender. So as to the grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, that bond should be set at, I think, $1,000. Isn't that what that is? $1,000? Cocaine charge is $150. The cannabis charge $150. The no valid driver's license, $100. And then you're going to be held no bond on the violation of probation, the out-of-county on-view violation. You know what an on-view violation is?
No, sir.
You haven't been on probation that long, so maybe you haven't learned, but when you're charged with new criminal offenses, state law here allows the officers, really anybody, probation officer, anybody, can file what's called an on-view, violating your probation because of the new criminal charges, the fact that you've been charged. So you're going to have to work out the VOP with, I think it's Volusia County.
Yes, sir.
Is it Volusia County?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're going to have to work that, but you have bonds on the other stuff. And like I said, I've appointed the public defender for you for the local charges. All right? Okay, well, good luck. Now, I had, you said Valleja Valley Rodriguez refused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. I got a
State
little,
request that we keep him at no bond, no contact with the victim or the victim's family.
yeah. So I'll treat it as a voluntary waiver, and that's what, 7 counts of sexual battery with a minor. 17-year-old female victim.
Your Honor, the problem I have with this case, right, is that there is probable cause for a sexual battery of a person over the age of 12 and under the age of 18. However, I don't believe it constitutes a punishable by life offense. And I believe he should be entitled to a bond in this case. But I'm not challenging proof of the presumption grade.
Okay.
They're already done. And they're already done.
After you read it, I'll tell you why I say that.
Well, whoever signed this warrant didn't indicate not to be modified, and it would seem that we're talking about the allegations that occurred here as opposed to the allegations that
Puerto
occurred
Rico.
earlier in Puerto Rico,
Yeah, and
which would have been a PBL.
I think the PBL is based on the familial relationship, not just of her age. I think on this particular statute, I think that's the reason why it's a PBL. And I believe defense, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're saying there's no assertion or how to discern the familial relationship or custodial relationship based on the affidavit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Apparently, he lives with her mother.
That's state's argument.
If I could just briefly go over custodial and familial relationships whenever you're ready, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so with the custodial relationship, it requires a finding of loco parentis or in loco parentis, which basically just means in place of the parent. So that means you're going to be like a babysitter. Like maybe the parent is off at work and you're babysitting or something like that, but you're acting in place of that parent. And secondly, for a familiar relationship, well, that's going to require a recognizable bond of trust with the defendant. So it's similar, like a bond between a child and a regular family member. So that's how you can satisfy the custodial or the familial a relationship to make it a punishable by life offense. And my argument is based on what we have in front of us. There's not enough to actually discern
it
that.
says it started when she was 9, and apparently this gentleman was living with her mother in Puerto Rico at that time.
Exactly, but
and then they relocated here, and he continued to live with her, which places him in that familial position.
Well, see, here's the thing. Living with a person and being related by blood is not enough. You have to, per Florida case law, you have to have a bond of trust. And right now, you could speculate as to what that bond may be, but it's not specifically portrayed in the arrest affidavit, Your Honor. Like, she didn't say, oh, this is basically my stepfather, we're living together, and various things of that nature. I mean, it's just nothing there. I'm not arguing that's the sexual battery, because
Right.
it's substantial evidence to suggest that occurred. All I'm arguing is that he's entitled to bonds in these charges. I mean, as it sits now.
All right. And what says the state?
State would disagree. It says that at one point, I think on page 2, it talks about him giving her money and not her brother money. And then that he'll leave her mother alone if she doesn't, I think on page 3, if she takes responsibility for the messages that were found on WhatsApp. I think that's showing the familial relationship between her and the defendant.
And I have specific case law, if you want it, that I can go over.
Well, I think your case law might be something that's appropriately presented at a bond hearing, and I'll be more than happy to look at it today, but my reading of the affidavit places the defendant exactly in that position.
Okay.
And especially if you look at the length of time.
Okay.
And so my inclination is to stay it at no bond.
All right. But just for the record.
Order that he have no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no possession of weapons or firearms. I think it's probably in everybody's best interest here that I add to that no contact with the family. So.
For the record, I just want to make it known that I did not hold the state to the proof evidence presumption of great burden. That's not what I challenged today. What my argument was, the facts in the arrest affidavit didn't support the charge. So I just wanted to make that. So I want to reserve our right for a full author hearing downtown.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And how about Timothy J. Watkins?
He's bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded, okay. You probably told me that already. All right, let's see. Next case is 2017 CF 7697. What's your name, sir?
Elijah Baltimore Dixon.
Dixon,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
You're being held on a violation of probation, sir.
Yes, sir.
And violations alleged are failed to comply with your mandatory curfew.
I got an explanation for every.
November 11th, and not violate any law. Apparently got charged with driving while license suspended. And finally, you apparently must be in school or work full-time within 30 days, 12 hours per school term, no less than 30 hours per week. Apparently, court's not satisfied that you complied with that. You do qualify for the public defender. Now, before you start talking to me, that's dangerous at this point, because you could say something that would be used against you. You are also classified as a violent felony offender of special concern, and under Florida law, I can't touch that no bond status. You're stuck with it until you see the judge that issued the warrant.
Well, I'm on probation. I can see my probation. That's officer that sentenced me.
Well, we have to go back before the judge who violated your probation. But you also see a judge in about 10 days. Basically, like sort of DOP arraignment, and they will take it from there. But because it's a violation of probation, this judge can't declare that order.
So basically, I can't do a thing about it today other than tell you what it is.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can you also let him know that he has reporting
Oh,
requirements?
yeah, you have reporting requirements too. You know, you have to report changes of address.
Yeah, everything.
So this arrest is considered a change of address.
Oh, I gotta tell him that too?
You have to, when you get out of jail, you have to report that as a change of address.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Alrighty, let's see, your name, sir?
Hector Frankel.
All right, Mr. Franco, in 2019 CF 11478, there's a violation of probation here. The violations alleged are new criminal offense, possession of, it looks like methamphetamine, and fraud, impersonation, knowing intent, unlawful possession for a few identities. And the court that signed the warrant has ordered you held no bond on the DOP. What I don't see is an affidavit of insolvency. Is it your intent to talk to a private attorney, sir?
Yeah, I have a lawyer.
Okay, well then, that's who you need to speak to now, because pursuant to this, you're being held no bond. Now, you got these new charges that you got violated for. You're out on bond on those. I'm gonna take no action on those unless there's a request that I revoke the bond, which, I would hesitate to allow you to do that because you may not realize the ramifications. But for an attorney, sometimes attorneys request that. So no action on the stuff you're out on bond on, and no bond on the VOP pending your appearance probably in courtroom 3 next week. All right?
All right.
Good luck. Let's see, what have we here? This is 2019 CF 11601. Your name, sir?
Clifford Jackson.
All right, Mr. Jackson, you're being held on a violation of probation. The violations alleged are failed to report to probation, that failed to call in, is what it is. Changed your residence without consent, whereabouts unknown as of December 18th last year. Failed to undergo drug and alcohol evaluation as required, and failed to make court cost payments. Now, judge signing that warrant has ordered you held no bond. You do qualify for the public defender, so I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, sir. Good luck. Oh, you talk about a hairdo. Check that one out. That's great. I would do that if I had hair. This is 2017 CF 13549. And what's your name, sir?
Jesse Myers.
Mr. Myers?
Yes, sir.
You're being held on a violation of probation. Violations alleged are failed to report as directed as of July 6th last year. Failed to pay cost of supervision, changed your residence without consent, whereabouts unknown as of June 20 last year, and failed to make restitution payments. And, really? Bond is set at $3,000. Well, you just don't see that in these VOPs very often. And in addition to that, you qualify for the public defender. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to ask your lawyer those questions, though, I mean, not me.
Where's the lawyer?
There he is, right over there. His bond is $3,000, counsel.